I'm loud enough. I'm probably peaking. Welcome to the weekend edition. Things are gonna get interesting. Can we at least get 22 likes? We're gonna try to get 100. This might be like just an hour-long episode, but maybe a little longer. There's just some things I can't not know, so we had to go live. Welcome. Let's move this over here. I should be loud enough. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Odd Boys Weekend Edition. I had to do this because I'm just racking my brain over here. I'm like seeing all these videos on the fake moon landing. I know all about it. I know why people think it's fake. I know that I've heard the counter evidence of like, no, that can be explained. This is weird. This is that. But I still feel at the end of it all, I just don't know now. And I sound like a crazy person. I don't even like admitting that I'm denying that the moon landing could have been faked. Or I don't like admitting that I don't even like admitting that the moon landing could be faked, that I believe that. It sounds insane. But the more I get into it, I'm like, actually, and I think I'm a sane person. Hang on a second. Sorry. Also, I gotta say, I apologize for the appearance of the space I'm in. Things are changing. Things are moving. There will be storyline videos somewhere that will be seen. I'm in flux. I'm in an in-between flux. I don't even know what to say to you right now. But yeah, thanks for joining me in my makeshift area. I was in the cemetery. The woodland creatures and the ghosts scared me and kicked me out. So we're in a room. This doesn't even matter. You guys don't even care. I hope you're watching the Man series on the Dad channel. That's all I'll say. It's something I'm proud of. It doesn't get a lot of views, but I love it. And there's a conclusion happening. The next thing we see will be that. So, yeah. Anyway, hi. Welcome. Tom's not here. It's weekend edition. Tom might be asleep. Oh, I just texted him. He said he can call in. So I think it would be good. I said to Tom, if we ever have something that we want to talk about, we could just do a solo episode for like an hour and add it to the playlist. He can go live on my channel, and this will go in the Odd Boys playlist. So I think doesn't hurt to have more episodes of Odd Boys, just adding to the playlist so people have stuff to listen to, and we can make the name a little more known, make it more frequent. So I'll be like an hour talking about this. If Tom ever wants to go live on another day at another time, add to the playlist. We'll still split everything. So if I get any members today, by the way, I added a new membership. Can someone tell me if you see it? If someone tries to join or gift a membership, I don't know if it's there yet. It might still be getting approved by YouTube. They have to like approve what you make, what the memberships you make, the tiers. I've made 3 tiers. So it's easier. It's easier to understand the memberships now. If you do want to become a member of the YouTube channel, there's 3 Nathan Station tiers, which are just for me to support me. They're like $1 and $2. They're real cheap. And then there's 3 Odd Boy memberships, which are higher up, but I made a lower tier 1. Tom and I were talking about it, and we thought if we made a $5.99 tier, that's tier 1 Odd Boys now. Tier 2 is $15. Tier 3 is $25 for the high rollers, which we actually have a few. So thank you to everyone who's a member of any tier. But now the low tier for Odd Boys is $5.99 if it's appearing yet. It might not show up till tomorrow, but that is equivalent to what a Twitch sub is. Twitch subs are $6, $5.99. So yeah. Become a member, support the show. Tom will get 50%. After YouTube takes their cut, Tom and I split everything. So if you want to gift, it would be awesome. If you want to help us out, we're trying to make this show a little more popular. We're trying to do it multiple times a week. Right now, we're just doing it on Friday nights. If you missed last night, go watch last night's. It's recorded. It's in the playlist on the front page on my front page. Odd Boys episode 2 was last night with Tom, and we want to do it every Friday night. And if it gets more support, we'll do it Wednesday and Friday, or we'll make these weekend editions more relevant. Maybe I do a weekend, then Tom does a weekend, and I call in for a little bit with him. We're figuring it out. It's been fun, but we like talking about paranormal stuff, conspiracies, ghost stuff, spooky stuff, cryptids, you name it. This is what we've been doing forever. I've been fascinated with this stuff for my whole life, living in a haunted house and being a former gravedigger. And Tom is a man covered in tinfoil. That's why his name is Tinfoil Tom. His YouTube channel is named after it. If you don't know, there you go. That's the whole lowdown on both of us. Now, this is going to sound stupid, but oh my gosh, we got one. Sly Guy, thank you. Well, Odd Boy Tier 1. Okay, so is that the new one? What did you pay, Sly? Did you pay $5.99? Because if you paid $5.99, it's working. But if you paid $15, that's the old tier and it hasn't changed yet. I don't know how quick YouTube is. I literally just set that up like shortly before making the stream go live. And I will ask, if you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. I'm trying to hit 100 likes. I don't think there's a lot of people awake at this hour on a Saturday. Or maybe it's actually not that early. It's 11:30. That's 2:30 on the East Coast. Thank you, Sly Guy FPS. I appreciate that very much. Now, let's just get to the subject matter, shall we? No time for dilly-dallying. We've been live for 10 minutes, so we must talk the truth. It's afternoon over here. A decent time for me. Okay, good. Welcome, Scott. Thanks for being here, and thank you for being a member. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Final Flash, Tier 1. You guys are insane. Okay, I'll say this. If we get 22 members today, I'll do whatever you want before the end of the stream. We'll do some goal for the end of the stream, or either I do backflip, I have a hot sauce, or we have a quick dance party to end the stream, or we get to see the beautiful lady Katie. She's in the other room. She went to work and then she didn't have to go to work. She came back because the family she cares for all are sick. So she turned around. So she has an unexpected day off. She's in the other room listening to this conspiracy podcast right now. So yeah, or you make up a goal for me to do. The chat makes up what I should do, and we do it live on stream. Tell me something I can do. Funny, nice. Maybe I eat a piece of cake, and you guys want me to have a great Saturday. How about that? So wait, Nathan, are you actually trying to learn if yes, this is a genuine thing. This is a genuine question, Sabo. And I can explain. I know it sounds insane and stupid, but there's been a lot of weird, compelling evidence. And I think, if anything, it's just fun. It's fun to entertain the lunacy for a moment and then get into it. This scene is I hate my shot right now. I hate this footage that you're seeing in this background. It's not entertaining at all. It will be better shortly. Once this Man episode comes out, I can finally reveal other things here. Please watch the Man series on the Dad channel. Okay, we've been live for 12 minutes. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. I will now get to the point. Two things we're going to talk about today, everyone. It changed. Charge me $5.99. Thank you, Sly. We now know. If you want to become an Odd Boys member, you will get in the Odd Boys private members room that we're making in Discord. You guys can get on voice chats and join the show. The higher tiers can get on video if they want. The higher tiers can also co-host with us on an episode. Tom and I have been talking about the perks and the tiers. We want you guys to be a part of the show. So if you become an Odd Boys member, that means and if you're a Nathan Station member and you upgrade to Odd Boys, then you can also get in on the show. So thank you. Sorry, next week we're going to do that. We're going to get you guys in a voice chat and on camera if you want to call in. Thank you very much. Now, two things I want to talk about. One thing, it's fun. It's wrestling. I love wrestling. So we're going to talk about this for a second, and then we're going to get to the moon landing. I just want to address something. I'm a big wrestling fan. Here's Seth Rollins, as we see. I can't play this video because I will get a copyright strike from WWE instantly. So we're going to go through and just do still moments of this. I'm a big wrestling fan. Always been a big wrestling fan my whole life. I really like Seth Rollins, and I really like Becky Lynch. Met her a couple times. That was fun. And now I'm happy for them, both of them, to come together and be married. Two wrestlers met in the wrestling world, and they're married. There's also two other wrestling people in the world who are married. CM Punk from Chicago, famous Chicago boy, straight edge, doesn't drink, a man of my own ilk. Is that the phrase? And then his wife, AJ Lee. I thought he was way older than her, by the way. He's 46 and she's 38. So it's like 8 years. I thought, because she looked so much younger, she's so small. I thought she was like, there's like a 15-year gap there. But now that they're both older, they look similar. Anyway, boo Chicago. So AJ Lee has been talked about coming back to wrestling forever. If you guys don't know this, here's a little preface for you if you don't know wrestling. CM Punk was fired from the WWE very controversially in a way because he talked a lot of trash. It was the pipe bomb segment he did where he was on the mic live and he started talking trash about Vince McMahon and the family and stuff going on behind the scenes. And then they cut his mic off and then he was fired. And it was this huge deal. Czar, thank you for being on my Odd Boy Tier 1. That is 4 new members today. This is crazy. If we get 22 members, it says there's 3 members, but I think it's technically 4. 22 members, and you decide my fate, and I do something on stream at the end of the stream. Backflip, hot sauce while eating backflip, light myself on fire. Something I've always wanted to do is light myself on fire and do a backflip. And I have a way of doing it where I won't die or burn the house down or myself. I think I should do it. I would basically light my forearms on fire with lighter fluid, and I'd have wet towels underneath my sleeves to prevent me from burning. And then I did it once for a Ray Amsley video. You guys probably seen it. And then I will do the backflip while on fire. How about that? Is that a little bit too extreme for 22 members? Maybe 2,000 members. So anyway, CM Punk was fired from WWE. This isn't spooky stuff. We're getting to the moon landing in a moment. I just want to address this because I was watching it and it got me freaking pumped. So CM Punk was fired. He came back like 12 years later, like a year ago to WWE. People couldn't believe they came back. There was such bad blood between him and the WWE. They sent him his "you're fired" papers on his wedding day to AJ Lee, another woman who was a wrestler over there. She quit. So both of them quit. This couple quit. CM Punk says he's never going back to wrestling. Then like a few years ago, he was at the AEW, the competition for WWE, and people are like, "Oh my God, CM Punk came back to wrestling. That's insane." And he's wrestling for the competition, AEW. This is crazy controversy. There's all this drama and gossip going around the wrestling world. It was very fun to be a wrestling fan when CM Punk came back. I do think he's a bit of a hothead and kind of a jackass in real life, and he causes problems a little bit, but he's also very captivating and fascinating. So I understand the allure. So anyway, he then a year or two ago now, it's been a little bit, he leaves AEW and shockingly surprise shows up on WWE again after all their bad blood. It's insane. So now it's been a year or two. Everyone's like, is AJ going to come back? Is his wife going to come back? She hasn't been coming back. She hasn't come back. And then last night, something insane happened. The other married couple wrestlers, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, were doing their show. Seth Rollins is talking trash about CM Punk in Chicago, CM Punk's town. So the whole night they're chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. And I wasn't sure if they all knew what was going to happen because wrestling fans have their ear to the ground. They know what's going on. Usually they know when someone's going to come back before it happens. But I never heard about this. And that's telling me, okay, they did a good job of covering this up. Becky Lynch comes out. What they do now, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, they're very good now at being trolls. Here's Seth Rollins up here. Here's Becky Lynch on here. They're married. She's Irish. He's from like Ohio. They're like very obnoxious, wearing their fancy clothes now. I'm sorry if you don't care about this, but this is just amazing for me. I love this so much. I love the theatrics. I love the pageantry. I love the characters. I love it so much. Also, let me know if my voice is loud enough. It should be. It says I'm redlining, but it probably just sounds finally normal, like normal audio. Hopefully I'm not blown out. So they're talking trash. Then they're like he ha ha, making fun of everyone, making fun of Chicago. And then CM Punk comes out. You guys could just go watch this, but I just want to talk about it and get it out of my system because I'm really pumped. The reason I'm talking about this is because I'm back and I'm into wrestling because of this. Last night, I'm like, oh my God, I got to get Katie into wrestling. I need to show her this. She loves Chicago. She and I don't drink, so I think she would like CM Punk, and his wife is together. She and I like doing stuff together. I want to get Katie into wrestling, and I think she and I should become wrestlers. We become the odd boy and odd girl, maybe the odd couple, and then we wrestle. That's my new dream that I want for Katie and I. So CM Punk comes out. And last week apparently Becky Lynch, I didn't see it, but Becky Lynch slapped CM Punk in the face. So they're building something up here. CM Punk comes out, addresses Becky Lynch and all this trash she's talking, and says, "Oh, your boyfriend, your husband, Seth Rollins over there is a baby. He's hiding behind the fans. He's yelling at Becky Lynch. She's yelling at him." And then Becky gets up in his face again. She says, "You're a dingus. You're stupid." And then she slaps him in the face. She just did it. And then he walks away. She slaps him like a ton of times. Let's see. There it is. She's slapping him. She's slapping him like crazy. It's not showing, but boom, slapped him in the face. Here comes another one. I'm not getting any moments of the slap. He gets out. He's like, "I'm not going to hit you back, blah, blah, blah." And then he says, "But I know someone who will." Boom! AJ Lee comes back after so long. How long has it been? Has anyone known how long this has been? Wrestling is real. This is real. Deal with it. Moon landing, doubtable. X for doubt. So AJ Lee makes her comeback. She's 38, still in psychotic shape. And she does her whole manic girl thing where she's like, hee, I'm crazy. And then she gets in the ring and she assaults Becky Lynch, and it's incredible. There it is. Look at her. She's tearing her apart. It's unbelievable. So it got me pumped, and I'm like, okay, I like the storylines again. I've been really bored with wrestling lately, and this got me back into it. So, yeah, AJ Lee is back. I love the couple of CM Punk and AJ Lee. I also really genuinely love Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch because they do such good character work, and they're really funny when they're annoying, and their outfits are so silly. It's the best. It's the freaking best. So, yeah, there we go. How to address it. Big news in wrestling, and this makes me pumped. I'm not a big fan of the WWE company. I mean, I can show you one reason. It's literally in my chest right here. I've redacted all of my personal information, but this is my contract. This is the second one they sent to me. This is my physical. I had to go to a doctor, do all this stuff. WWE signed it right there. So, yeah. I'm not a big fan of that company because they have screwed me over twice. Oh my God, Serrano became a tier 2 member. Thank you. I've done a lot of work for WWE. I did a lot of digital stuff. Obviously, the Dolph Ziggler stuff that you guys have seen. Hang on, I gotta fix the seat I'm sitting on. But not just that. That's not one of the reasons I dislike them, because I know how it goes. People change. At the company, the guy that was hiring me changed, and I had to talk to this other woman, this original woman that went in, that brought me in, changed. I'm friends with all the wrestlers, blah, blah, blah. That's not the reason I'm complaining about them. It's just, I guess, the politics of their company is what I don't really agree with. And some of the people that are higher ups, I don't agree with their ways of doing business and life. So that's a whole other thing. But the product, these wrestlers who are independent creators, who are hired by them to perform, I do like, and I like their choices they're making, and I like that's the way the writing is going. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Jake Paul or Logan Paul, very much so. I think they're lousy people, and it's a shame that people like that get such good opportunities and privileged opportunities. But anyway, Sereno, thank you for becoming a tier 2 member. This is crazy. We're doing good members today. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what's going on. There they are, CM Punk and AJ Lee are back, the Chicago couple. So freaking pumped. I want to start watching wrestling again. So yeah, there we go. That is what I wanted to get out of the way. We're done. That's all. That's 10 minutes talking about wrestling. Now, to talk about what really matters. This is the whole point of the show. Was the moon landing fake? So if anyone has links or can post things in Discord, I can pull them up. I don't even know where to begin, honestly, because I don't normally think that the moon landing was faked. I didn't abandon you, Tom. I sent you a message. I think we should do, I just want to do, if we ever don't want to do an episode and you want to do like an hour talking about something, I think we should do it, add it to the playlist, keep Odd Boys known, keep the word out there, keep the name out there. I think the more times we do stuff like this, the better. I just wanted to run my mouth on it, and then if you want to talk about it, we can, and then that's it. Like a short little episode, I think would be fun and a good thing to do every once in a while. Don't call just yet, Tom. I got to get the subject out first. Hang on a second. Let me just get to this. So what I'm going to show here is, where is it? Hang on. Okay, let me move this. So this is I know I don't want to show this, but it does get the information out well. This is Joe Rogan, and
black, but that's not
the guy on here is the guy from Y-Files. Two people, which I'm kind of like meh about, but the subject matter is what we need to pay attention to here. Turd, thank you. Oh, Turd got gifted. Sly gave another one. We got so many freaking members. This is crazy. Thank you. Historian, if you can't leave, please watch the rest of the episode later if you're able to come back. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to Tom. Let's talk after he lists this stuff. He's going to list the things that of the major points of why people doubt the moon landing. And I just want to get this out, and then we can all talk about it. And if anyone has ways to debunk these doubts, great. Let's do that. So here, let's listen. I hope I don't get claimed.
Well, things are reflective, and the surface is reflective. That's part of the issue.
So the shadows is a big thing they were talking about. It's what people look at as to why they think it was faked.
Well, he's so all in on this, and the more you talk to him, the more you go, God damn it, he might be right.
He might be. I debunk a lot of his claims.
Which ones?
Not all of them. You know, like the parallel shadows.
I forget who they're talking about. I saw it in another video. It's just I've watched too much recently, and I'm like, oh god, my brain is scrambled now. Ted, thank you for gifting. Thank you very much. What conclusion do you want us to come to? That it was real or it was fake?
And how there shouldn't. A shadow on the moon should be completely black, but that's not really true. And shadows,
well, things
obviously
are reflective in the surface.
I agree. Joe Rogan's a dingus 90% of the time, but he does every once in a while say stuff where I'm like, he seems kind of logical and rational at times. I'll give him that, but I don't go to him for information at all. He just happens to host this platform here where this guy came on and said things that I was intrigued by.
It's reflective. That's part of the issue. But the parallel shadows are fucking weird. Like, you could find a reason why these intersecting shadows could exist, but it also could be more than one source of light.
What just happened? $100? Did someone just gift $100? I didn't see an alert. What happened?
$100. Goal complete.
Did someone just donate and I didn't see it? Oh, maybe it was like an old goal and it was like $1 from hitting $100 from the past few streams, and maybe these memberships hit it. Or maybe your $5, Ted, made us hit that. I'm really confused as to what just happened. Clifford, I want to look at that too. Let's see. Okay, no one did a donation. That was just, I think, that $5 tipped us over an old $100 goal. Well, thank you, Ted, for that. Okay, so I'm going to watch the Adam Ruins Everything thing as well. Sure. That's a good one. I've seen that.
There's a lot of weirdness to it.
And shadows are not parallel.
But I wanted to do both points, with the doubts and then the answers, or the hopeful answers.
They don't work that way. Shadows disappear.
You don't believe the moon exists?
To the horizon.
Don't even say that.
You know, there are no parallel shadows.
Right, but going in completely different directions is very odd.
It's odd.
It's very odd.
If there's shadows going different directions, that means there's different light sources, or there's like light bouncing off of another surface and reflecting the light and causing another shadow, which I guess could happen. They have a lot of equipment up.
That's not.
But listen, one of the things that they talk about makes me go, okay, that's a little weird. But you never know how space moves. I haven't been there. When the shuttle takes off and it goes up, how are they getting that shot? They're going to say something in a second that I think is very interesting. Hang on.
Nearly as odd as there's so many different things.
There is.
There's so many things. Like,
watch.
How goofy it looks when that craft lifts off from the moon and takes off into space, and it's wobbling around like it's on a fucking string.
It looks like it's on a string, and
it looks so fake.
The camera tracks it nicely.
Yeah,
how does the camera film that thing taking off? Are we supposed to understand, okay, these astronauts set the cameras up to capture our footage as we leave, and we're just going to leave these cameras on the moon because the footage is being sent through radio waves back to Earth in the 60s. This is a actual question I have, and it's probably incredibly ignorant and could be explained Maybe radio waves are better than current technology. But why is it that I have so many problems? This sounds like a joke. I'm not making a joke, but it sounds like a stand-up routine. Why is it that I have so many problems with my Wi-Fi in 2025, but they could instantly get footage from a film camera to the Earth over radio waves in the 60s? That is a genuine question I have. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, and I hope someone can answer, because if that's the case, why aren't we using radio waves to do live streams and phone calls and everything? Like, seriously, I want an answer. Who said it was instant? I'll tell you who said it was instant. Because when it was happening, everyone was watching it live on TV. And Nixon calls in and talks to them live on the phone. And we all hear it. But okay, and so here's another question. So what they've been saying to us is that they can't go back to the moon because they lost all the technology. What does that mean? They lost the computers, we lost the mathematics schematics, we lost the plans, the blueprints on how to make a rocket to send us to the moon and how to then land that craft back on the moon. They lost that. I feel like drones could go to the moon right now, one off of Amazon. Things are so technologically advanced. How can you just lose that? So that means you never went in the first place, maybe? That's the question people were asking. And I know I sound like an idiot. I don't want to be this kind of person. I don't even want to be joining that doubtful side. But now I'm like, yeah. How? What do you mean you lost it all? NASA? The government locks down everything. These Epstein files that are out there haven't been lost and been burned, which I expected them to. I've spoken to someone who's like guilty, been like, nah, dude, Bill Clinton or someone burns them. It's like, oops, they're gone. We lost them. Those are still around, but the moon stuff, which is no one cares to lose and everyone wants to preserve it, it's just gone. We lost it. Why? What? So I sound like a conspiracy person. I'm pro-science. I believe in health and doctors and science very much. I believe the experts all the time. I'm very conflicted with how I'm talking right now. But it's making me go, There were radio cameras, no film. Here was several hour delay. No, technically not live. Yes, okay. So who said the lost blueprints on how to go to the moon? Only is. That's what NASA said, isn't it? I swear I've seen the video where NASA's like, oh, we can't go back to the moon because we lost the technology. Did they not say that? Was it just conspiracy theorists saying it, Ted? Thank you for the donation. Can we please get 100 likes on the stream? I beg. So let's continue here real quick.
From where?
From
Houston?
From Houston,
Yeah.
with the 7 seconds?
And also, they said that they lost the footage. They lost the raw footage of the tapes of the moon landing that NASA had. The only footage we have now is when it was happening live, and there was a couple hour delay, like Ted says. What the news broadcasters, said, oh, can we just get the live feed so we can pump it through ABC and NBC? And NASA was like, oh, we don't have the live feed, so we're going to project it on this wall, and then you guys film that wall. So what the news has, and the footage we have right now of this moon stuff, is a camera filming a wall, projecting it. That's what you're watching. Am I wrong in saying that? I hope I'm wrong. Please correct me, but that is what I've heard. Am I an idiot? Am I just one of these people now? Dave McKee. But we need to watch Adam Ruins Everything after this.
In delay or whatever.
How about
So,
the fact
listen.
that Nixon is on the phone with them
In real time?
in real time? Like, you know what kind of delay there would be with 1969?
How did Nixon talk to them in real time? That's a genuine question I'm asking.
Technology, communicating. Like, one of the reasons why Gus Grisham, there's the big theory is that Gus Grisham was murdered because he wasn't willing to go along with it. Gus Grisham hung a lemon on the lunar module because he wasn't able to communicate with the tower from Earth. The communication system wasn't working. And he's like, this is a fucking lemon. And he puts a lemon on a coat hanger and hangs it on the thing. And then...
Well, let's go back and look at the original films.
That's interesting. Also, this is like a speculation conspiracy theory for sure. Buzz Aldrin, when he makes that speech before he dies, and he says all these like cryptic things that are like it was fake. He says these. We gotta watch that. I gotta pull up that video of Buzz Aldrin. Do you guys know about this? where he's like making this speech and everyone's like, dude, he's literally admitting before he dies, yes, the truth is that we didn't land there. That is sort of interesting. It's kind of fun and maybe a little silly, but that's all these things put together makes you go, I haven't gone rogue, Rob. No, I believe in science. I think we could land on the moon easily. I think maybe they didn't in the 60s and they don't want to look like idiots and go back and say, okay, now we'll do it. Maybe one of the ones in the 80s, they finally did it. But I think there was pressure to win the space race against China and Russia. So they went and filmed it. I never thought this. I never ever believed this. I always denied it. And now I'm not saying it was fake. I'm just having a conversation because it's fun to talk about and I want people to prove me wrong. So anyway, there's that stuff. Now let's go to the Atom Ruins Everything moon landing. Why the moon landing couldn't have been faked.
Okay, explain it to me one more time. Why do you think the moon landing was faked?
We're both skeptics, right? So think about it skeptically. There's no
Okay, let's just skip.
69 actually would have been harder than just going to the moon in the first place.
So that is a thing I believe as well. When people have said to me that I fake my dance videos and I use a green screen and I don't go to all the locations, I always say it would have been harder for me to film this on a green screen to match the shadows I'm standing in, to blend me and make me the right size of the people passing by to match the size. That would have been so much more work than just going outside, standing in front of the camera and dancing in the real place. Doing it for real is easier a lot of the times than faking it. So I do believe that it was real because the 60s, and this was also before Space Odyssey came out. Space Odyssey was filmed like when the moon landing was happening. Oh no, Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick's movie, who everyone thinks Stanley Kubrick directed the fake moon landing footage. It was the same time. Like, that movie was impressive, but the moon landing is more impressive if it was fake than 2001. So anyway, main problem with diving into conspiracy theories like this is that people jump all the way from maybe the moon landing was fake to everything is fake. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Wasn't 2001 before? No, Tom, they filmed 2001 in 1966 or 67, but it came out in 69, I think. So when they were filming it, it was like later mid 60s. So I'm just saying it was around the same time as the moon landing. It was like a couple years later, whatever. 68 is when they filmed it, and then the moon landing was the next year. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, though, the moon landing would have been harder to do. Is more impressive. So if we're saying the moon landing is fake, that's a more impressive movie than 2001: Space Odyssey, because it looks like they're on the moon. The one thing everyone always talks about is when the astronauts fall over and they get up, it looks like they're being pulled by wires. And as a person who knows body control very well, I really will say I think I'm an expert on this. From falling and acting, getting hurt on gymnastics equipment and looking like it's natural is hard to do. These guys with these giant suits on, I don't think could have the way momentum moves your body does look a little suspicious when they're getting up. It looks like they're struggling to get up and then they just get yanked a little bit for a little boost. That is the thing. But at the same time, I've never stood on the moon where the gravity would be different. So I can't say, but it does seem weird. How would they just get this thrust to just all of a sudden in their knees and their legs and lower back to get up that easily? Just saying, it is a little suspicious. And I know how I've been in every physical situation possible. And it is weird, but hang on, Tom. We're gonna have you call in a second after we have Adam address some of this stuff. Then we'll talk about it.
Place. Here, I'll show you.
Fake moon landing, take one.
All right, in this scene, you're on the moon and it's real and we're fooling America and action!
It's all Upright Citizens Brigade performers in the show. I've been on the show 3 times. It's a great show. I played Jeffrey Dahmer, if you didn't know. It's my greatest role.
See? Stanley Kubrick just shot a guy jumping around on set and then they played it back on TV.
Sorry, but given the filmmaking and lighting technology at the time, that actually wouldn't have been possible.
Right, the lighting. Look at how bright it is. Look at these shadows. This was clearly shot in a studio.
Actually,
The sun is
creating
really
that
bright.
lighting would have been essentially impossible in a studio.
Melinda, meet Mark Shubin. He's a forensic motion picture analyst and an Emmy-winning life fellow of the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers.
Thanks.
Hello, Dawson. I did it. I'm here. I've been here for 20 years. You need to come over here. Thank you for being here, by the way. I appreciate it. Anyone from the LCU, thanks for coming by.
Adam, using image forensics, I can tell you that the light source we see in the moon footage is actually parallel sun rays with no diffusion. If you look at the photos from the Apollo mission,
I believe the
all
sunlight is the
shadows
sunlight.
are parallel because the light source is 93 million miles
Yeah,
away.
I believe that. I don't doubt the lighting stuff at all. Let's just skip through that.
It'd be like,
Wrong. I need
It's the momentum of the body movement, and then it's the physical motion stuff, like the shuttle leaving. It's all UCB actors. Oh, I forget this guy's name. He does improv at the Upright Citizens Brigade. I used to see him all the time.
lasers, Peter. Lasers.
He does look like Stanley Kubrick.
but size would have.
Oh, I don't know if that's in our budget.
You make me furious.
Which means the color photos we have from the moon landing would have been impossible.
I can't shoot in red light.
Ultra rare multicolored.
Today, we could recreate the correct lighting with computer
But we'll talk about the
graphics,
momentum
leads, and
here.
photos. We just cannot think of any way they could have faked the moon landing with the technology they had at the time.
Yeah. But I need to talk about the radio waves. How is it broadcast and brought back to Earth?
I want you to think, what if NASA secretly
And how was there a delay between Houston and them on the moon? Also, something I want to talk about is the dark side of the moon. I want to know what's going on over there.
created computer graphics and just kept it from us for 40 years?
Well, then an astronaut.
Like, was there? If I'm on the space shuttle and I'm talking to Houston, is it like a major lag delay where I'm like, "Hey, Houston," and then we gotta wait. Then we gotta wait 20 minutes to hear a response, and they sit there. And what we have heard is just the edited, pieced together, cohesive conversation. Because if that's true, I'd be like, wait, what did I ask them? I don't even remember now. Oh, they're addressing this. Only 2 seconds? That seems crazy. That does seem a little crazy. 2 seconds. 1.28 seconds. That's it? Well, why do I have more lag on YouTube than... Why can't we use radio waves for streaming? Let me know if I'm peaking, if I'm blowing out. I have my mic turned up a lot because I did watch last night's episode with Tom and I was very quiet. Thank you, Raspberry, and everyone who told me I was quiet. I believe you every time. 250,000 miles away. Yeah, because it's not that far away.
Comical number of people would have had to keep that secret.
It's the dark side of the moon where it
Over
gets
400,000
broken up, right?
NASA
Oh, am I
employees.
peaking
I
now?
want all 400,000 of us to keep our mouths shut.
Should I turn myself down?
Good luck. We love gossip.
Scientists from Australia, Spain, and England who said they independently picked up the moon landing transmission
Okay,
from
I should be a
space.
little more quiet.
And why would we lie for you? You're always making fun of our Vegemite.
And the Russians, our space race rivals, who had every reason to prove us wrong.
It's been 50 years and we haven't even claimed that you faked it. You beat us fair and square this time.
That's interesting.
But we'll
Point.
get you back in 2016.
But where's the tangible proof that we went to the moon, huh? There isn't any.
Actually, there is. While the astronauts were on the moon, they laid out a reflective material called
Ted, thank you for tier 1. Please, everyone, if we get 22 members, I'll do something. You all have to decide what I do. What am I doing at the end of the stream if we hit 22 members? So far, we only have 6. Maybe I should make it 12. Maybe we should lower the number a little bit. Is 22 insane? Too high of a number? If you also, anyone who becomes an Odd Boy member, we have Odd Boy tier 1, 2, and 3. Tier 1 is $5.99, which was more. It's the same price as a Twitch subscription. So tier 1 Odd Boys is like a normal sub on the major streaming platforms. So thank you to everyone who becomes an Odd Boy. Odd Boys members, Tom and I split everything we're earnings. Tom's even splitting today, even though this is a solo episode, but Tom might do some solo episodes in the future for an hour or so. Just get some quick subject matter out there, address some conspiracies and some spooky stuff, and add to our playlist known as Odd Boys. Check out last night's episode if you haven't seen it. Tom and I talked about ghosts and aliens under the ocean.
retroreflectors. So today, when an observatory on Earth aims a high-powered laser at them, it bounces right back.
That is a thing. Yep. Okay.
Shut it down! This is impossible!
Oh, no, wait! It still could have been faked. All you'd have to do is secretly develop computer graphics technology decades ahead of its time. Get retro.
Okay. So, all right. So that's, I never heard an answer to how the breakdown of their body. Wait, last thing I watched. We're gonna watch. Then we're gonna have Tom call in. Is the Buzz Aldrin? Question everything. Buzz Aldrin fake moon landing. Our moon has its own cold light. Okay, so wait, there's a short version of this. It's and also there's all the questions about like what they saw on the moon. Like there was aliens and UFOs they were seeing. Where is that speech? That was it was a short. They were showing the first video I saw was it, but I wanted to see like the full thing. Here.
Buzz Aldrin admits the moon landing was fake.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen.
What?
It could have been scary.
Wait, what? I never saw this.
Circuit breaker.
Is he just trolling? Wait, is this an edit?
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And
wait, I never saw this. Is he just saying they didn't go there?
If it didn't happen, it's nice to know.
Did Buzz Aldrin start saying it was fake before he died?
In the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something.
Fascinating. I remember very clearly. I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched
Goose?
you guys land on the moon.
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. See, you associated what you saw with.
Is he doing this just to mess with people?
Well, no. What we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved top radio and listened.
Talking about how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said contact light, engine stop, and a few other things, and then Neil said, Houston, Tranquility Base, the Eagle has landed. Man, how about that?
That was very exciting.
I'm glad you saw the Always Sunny episode.
Yeah. So, were you self-conscious about all the entire...
Wait, this confused me. This isn't the thing. Maybe Tom knows the link. Let's go back. Let's call Tom in now. There's a speech in a video where he says a bunch of cryptic stuff that makes you think like he's giving you the truth or some message. Let me open Discord now and get Tom in here. That did seem like it was edited audio, Ted. I believe that was just dumb. That was stupid. Or is Tom? Tom, are you at your computer? Let's see if we can get the expert in here. Tinfoil Tom, my co-host, normally on this show. We're gonna give him a call here. Welcome to the weekend edition, everyone. Yeah, enjoy that, Nikki. Hopefully we get the truth. You get the truth out of him. Hello, we can hear you. Let me bring up your footage. Welcome to the weekend edition, everyone.
So let me first just say, well, this is the drama portion of the podcast.
Oh no, wait, we got drama. No, there's no drama.
No. This is drama. So I'm having breakfast. I'm drinking my coffee with my wife. And then I get a notification that the Odd Boys is live.
I texted you.
This Odd Boy isn't live. I was drinking my. I saw the text after saying like, hey, I'm gonna go live. The moon landing is fake, and I'm going live. It's a weekend stream. I'm gonna do a weekend. It's just this rambling.
Because
nonsense.
I can't get my camera. I can't get my camera. I can't copy it. Maybe because here it is. I was watching stuff last night and it started adding up in my head and I'm like, what's going on? What's the truth here? What's really going on? So, now we're watching me and you and all three of me here. What is happening?
But this is okay. So let me. This is the Peter Griffin. You know what really grinds my gears? So I said we got to do another day of the show, and then you said, "Well, I can only do Fridays. That's the only day that I can do."
Well, no, I said I can
Fridays.
do Saturday mornings because Katie's at work. So
I said I could do any time on the weekend, and then you said you couldn't. You said I need the weekend. You said Fridays. I said I would do another
Sunday
show.
is my only day with Katie. Because that's when she has off. And right now she actually ended up not having to work this morning. She turned around and when she got to the house and they were all sick and now she's here and I'm ignoring her. But I had to get the truth out. I was dying to talk about this moon landing because it's been building up in my head. So I think we should do weekend editions or short episodes solo just to get something out if we have the time instead of having to get both of us together because you can't use the office during the day and I can. So that's why I
can use it all weekend. So I said,
I know.
Why don't we do a show on the weekend?
I'm down Saturday mornings. I'm down to do an episode for sure because I have it free every Saturday.
Then let's plan for Saturday morning instead of you.
But I do think it's weird to do Friday night and then Saturday morning the next morning. It's just too much. Yeah. No one's going to watch.
But I will counter and say you want the shows to exist as a podcast later on.
Yeah.
And as like a VOD. So it doesn't matter. We could do it and you said you wanted to focus on the memberships, which the memberships are a monthly recurring thing.
No, I texted Tom and said, hey, I'm going to do like a short hour episode. I think we should do them when we have time just so we can get more episodes in the playlist. I said, I'm going to talk about the moon landing and you should do one too if you want to. And that was just going to be an hour quick episode. This is my channel and the show I do share with Tom and everything I earn, Tom will get half of. I wasn't cheating on him. I'm helping him. And I got a ton of members, so I'm making Tom rich today.
You abandoned me, Nathan. You know what this is? This is more drama. This is just like that time that I was still living in Massachusetts before I moved to California, and you messaged me at like 2:00 in the morning saying, because you and Seth and Jared were back, and you said, hey, Tom, can you pick us up at the train station? And we'll give you gas money. And I, out of the goodness of my heart, said, sure, Nathan, I will pick you up at 2 a.m. at some train station super far away.
Well, it's because we jumped the train and we rode the back of a cargo train through the woods and we got stuck out in that town.
And then I drove you back to your parents' house. This is in the middle of winter at 2:00 in the morning, by the way. Nathan and Seth and Jared promised me gas money for getting me out of bed completely naked with my humongous penis. I had to put pants on.
Oh my God.
And
that's a conspiracy. That's for sure.
I got out of bed, picked you up at the train station, and as soon you guys planned this, as soon as we got back to your parents' house, all of you flung the door because I had a minivan.
I don't remember. We are not like that. We pay everybody.
You flung the door of the minivan open and all of you ran out going, see ya!
Also, I'll say I give 50% tips. So this is very unlike me. I think this is Tom stirring up false drama.
Me. You traumatized me. You still owe me that. You still owe me $20 in gas.
You were traumatized because we didn't pay you.
That was a beautiful car
that it took.
That was a 1993 Dodge Caravan, olive colored. That was
a Dodge Caravan.
Car.
I love Dodge. I'm trying to get one right now. I'm genuinely trying to find a Dodge Caravan, the minivan. They're the best.
It was a fun car, but the fuel pump.
That minivan.
This is like a super short segue. The fuel pump kept going out, and one time I was with Steve. And we were driving back from Boston, and every 5 minutes the fuel pump would die, and we'd have to pull over on the highway. And then we'd be able to go like a quarter of a mile, then the fuel pump would die, and we'd have to pull over on the highway. And it took us from like 10 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock in the morning to get back home.
This isn't the moon landing stuff. This is what we do not need to talk about. By the way, look at this. The Man YouTube series on the Dad channel. You all need to watch. There's been major episodes uploading, and there's a big one coming next week. So I think
that's the drama, everybody. Nathan,
Tom is the Keemstar of the Odd Boys, everyone. He's drama obsessed.
I love it. I love the drama. I get it. Whenever I get to hear drama, I get a boner.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. Disgusting.
But no, we should do a show if you can do it. My point is that the Odd Boys separate thing is good, but I do think if you're talking about mysteries
my
and conspiracies,
fiance's in the chat. You're getting me in trouble, Tom. My fiance's out there stitching a gift for me. She's
cheating
sewing
on Katie to stream with. Oh, is that? Yeah, but Katie. So I said this to Nathan on the first show, Katie.
This is not but spooky stuff.
Yeah, everything is spooky if you think about it. So just humanity,
it's
the
spooky how
mirror,
off track we always are.
No. This is the miracle of life, everybody. This is just that's the biggest mystery of all. We all came from the same space dust and we created the mystery of life. That's the greatest, most spectacular mystery of all kind. What is it really mean to be human? But no, Katie, I said this a few episodes ago. I've seen Nathan naked more times than you, so until you see him naked more, I'm allowed to do shows with him as often as I want. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
You just made that rule.
I don't make the rules. That's just that. Those are just the rules. I don't make them.
If my fiance wants to come in here, can come in here and make a little cameo.
Oh, also, Katie's in the chat. Katie, I think that we should. If we're expanding the let's just say for example, we could call the extended network the
odd universe.
The odd extended universe.
What
I was going to make a joke about
Odd Boy Universe.
Odd Boy Universe. I was going to make a joke about LCU, but if we're going to do that,
OBU.
I think that we should do a show with Katie and Nathan and Alba's my wife, Alba and me, and we call it Odd Couples.
I'm not against it. I just don't think I think Katie felt a little pressured to do the streams with me, and she's not really an on-camera person, but if she wants to, I'm down to do it. But asking on camera, she might feel the need to make everyone happy and say yes.
Yeah, but that's what I listen. I take my lessons from The Ultimate Warrior, from Macho Man Randy Savage, from Ric Flair. They did it on camera.
Yeah, I know. And what we need to do on camera is get to the truth of the moon landing being faked. Let's watch this real quick, and then you can answer.
You are not screen sharing with me, so I can only see my beautiful face.
Let me do that. Let me screen share with Tom.
As I enjoy my morning coffee, Nathan, that I didn't get. It's just sitting here stone cold right now.
There, can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay, here we go.
Land on the moon, and they looked at the photos of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin in daylight, and they say, we know you're supposed to see stars in daylight, and I don't see any stars in this photo.
The stars is explained, and I don't doubt the star thing. That's not even. I want someone to talk about the motion.
Yeah, the star thing is a very famous. So for anybody who doesn't know, and also, can I just say, I'm usually more prepped than this. Like I usually ready myself.
You gotta
with
be
some
on the ball.
research.
If I'm coming to you quick with some major questions, you gotta have all the information. You are.
Well, I have to do this. I have to do this off the top of my head because I didn't know that I was going to be on a show today because I said we should do another show, but then you jumped the gun and you decided to do another show.
I didn't jump the gun. I follow my heart and I follow my instincts. I'm a passionate, artistic person.
Well,
I just live. You can do the same thing. I think you should. If you ever want to go live,
I
think they should be
stream
smaller.
on Twitch. I stream on Twitch every day.
No, only I'm talking about supernatural stuff on Odd Boys. If you ever want to do an hour,
that on Twitch every day. I play a video game and I go, "Do you guys remember when the aliens talked to Travis Walton?"
We're nearing an hour, so I like it being digestible for people to watch later, and I think that's what will get the views is the shorter episodes, talking hard about subject matter the whole time.
Well, the stars thing, if we're going to get into that, from my recollection, a lot of conspiracy theorists point out that there's no stars in the sky. And I do think that is like, and I'm sure that he'll explain it here, but from memory recollection, a lot of conspiracy theorists point out that fact that you don't observe a single star in the sky in a lot of the photography and the video.
Because when we're on Earth, the light is different, and also you have a bigger, wide of point of view through our atmosphere, and the moon doesn't have that. That has something to do with it, right?
Nathan.
It all depends on the TV you're looking at. And our TV on Earth is wider screen.
Sweet innocent Nathan. Nathan, do you know what they call NASA in my circles?
What?
Never a straight answer. These are actronauts, Nathan.
Actronauts. Okay, so Tom is the conspiracy theorist. You all thought I was dumb for questioning this at the top of the stream. Now we have the true lunatic here for you. Nunya, Nathan and me and my wife love you. You are not fake. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I will say Nunya is telling me, basically I interpret that message as I'm asking all the right questions and Tom's giving all the wrong answers.
No. Hey, listen, for all the haters in the chat that are questioning a true genius intellect like myself, do you know what else they call NASA, Nathan?
What?
And the chat, all of you?
What?
New Age satanic agenda.
New Age satanic agenda. That is what
That's
NASA
right, everybody.
stands for.
That's right.
Or it probably stands for Nathan, awesome, sexy actor.
No, I don't think that that's what it's called.
Makes sense. You be the judge. All right, let's see what he says.
Right. Okay, so therefore we didn't really go to the moon. As though NASA wouldn't know to fake that, if that were the case. We think NASA are idiots?
Yeah, that's dumb people saying, hey, this doesn't make sense. And they've never been there either.
Makes a lot of sense. If you know that, well, then we, the space people, definitely knew it too.
Definitely know it too.
So why wouldn't we just throw a little dots in the back and let you see some stars?
Okay, what the person doesn't know is how photography works. Okay, the terrain is so bright from the sun,
right?
The aperture of the camera closes down and cannot register.
It darkens everything.
The light of dim things such as the stars in the sky. So that's why. That's how that.
Okay, so Tom, there's that.
There are people who are sure.
Yeah, but who are you going to believe? Neil deGrasse Tyson or me?
Sabo, I do believe we went to the moon. I just don't believe any of the footage NASA has released is real. I think they're hiding. I think so too. Something like that. But I think they maybe went in the 80s and they can't take back what they said, obviously.
Did you ever hear that thing about, and I did a video on it actually. I think it was Apollo 17 or 18. It was the last planned mission to the moon. And supposedly the theory is we've never gone back there because when the astronauts, and obviously this is a theory, it's conspiracy, but the reason that we haven't been back to the moon is that when those astronauts did their final mission to the moon, they found dead Russian cosmonauts on the moon and they saw like a creature or something.
Yeah,
and that was why. That's why we've never been there again, because like, yes, we've been to the moon. Yeah. And this theory acknowledges that we've been to the moon, we've had missions to the moon, but the reasons that we haven't been back to the moon is that the American astronauts found dead Russian cosmonauts that were attacked by a creature of unknown origin on the lunar surface.
I want to investigate that a little bit.
I think it was Apollo 18, Apollo 17. I forget which mission it was.
Okay, so I also just changed something. Sabo, thank you for your donation. I wish it was read out loud, but I just changed it. Anyone who gives a $5 donation, it will be read on stream. It was set at 10, but now if anyone does $5, we will hear it on stream.
Oh,
so
I'll throw the challenge out there, Nathan. I will make both of us money today if we get two reds. If we get two reds, those are the big donos on here. I will consume. This is the Warheads Extreme Sour, the sourest pickle. Nathan and I split the donations on the Odd Boys.
If you do that, I'll join in the misery with you. I have this ghost pepper hot sauce, and I only had one little tiny bit of a teaspoon on the LCU the other day. I'll do a whole shot of it. My nose and my mouth was dripping. I had a t-shirt soaked because I was just like barfing up the hot sauce. It's really bad. I'll do a shot of that so you're not the only miserable person. What are we trying to hit? No, I wanted to hit 22 members.
How many members do we have?
Boys. And I also set that $6 membership, so it's in line with the Twitch memberships.
Oh yeah, that was for
6 new ones today, maybe 7. I can't tell if it's not adding one.
Yeah, I'd say
someone renewed their membership. That's what it was, so it's not going to count as a new one. Nikki, the stream is as real as the moon landing. Wait, so we're not here? Are we CG? We're almost at 100 likes, by the way. Can we hit that 100 likes?
Well, we'll see if we get. I'll say that if we get either 22 members or we get 2 red donos, either of those, then I'll do the pickle and you can do the hot sauce.
My question is, when I'm looking at the YouTube breakdown, it says we've earned $26.99, so we've earned $27. Is that also the memberships, or the dono is 26?
I think the memberships get included later. I think the
Yeah.
I think that the
So we got-
I think the
So we've
YouTube
earned-
interface
now we're
just
at
counts.
$32. Sabo,
They filmed a fake moon landing
thank you
to
very
beat
much, Sabo.
Russia.
And
The
thank you,
government
Nick.
was willing to lie to beat Russia. That's how serious the Cold War was.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
read that.
that's a different.
So, Tom, I can also give you a URL that you can open OBS when we're live, and you'll hear it in your headphone too if you paste in the
I can
your
hear it.
browser. So, you can hear it.
I can hear it.
Oh, because you're hearing my desktop. Yeah, Sabo, thank you. They filmed a fake moon landing to beat Russia. The government was willing to lie to beat Russia. That's how serious the Cold War was. I don't doubt that. That does make sense because the Cold War stuff.
Yes, I think out of all of the conspiracy theories, I think that conspiracy theories, if you reduce them and you boil them down to like what is the most logical reason for like a big entity for doing something, the United States was in the cold. Like a lot of younger people don't realize there was a Cold War going on at that time for like supremacy of the world, and it was the United States and Russia, and the United States wanted to beat Russia in the space race, which was like this giant force in the 60s and 70s and the 50s and 60s and into the 70s. I do think that it is like very logical that we could have faked a moon landing, at least the first one, because Russia had beaten the United States to space with Sputnik, like the satellite. So like Russia was winning the space race. So I don't think that it's like this incredible, and people could say like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that it's an incredible leap to say we faked the first one, to say, hey, we did it first, Russia, you can stop now, we did it.
And there's something I heard the other day that to add to what you just said, and I think it's what Scott is saying, is we literally lost every major space milestone other than the moonshot to the Russians. If we're going to fake we win, we would have won more than... Yeah, exactly. We basically were like behind on everything. On the first man in space, the first woman in space, the first animal in space, the first probe, satellite, everything. And then all of a sudden, oh, we made it. We're there. We beat you. And we kept blowing... Our stuff kept failing and blowing up. The rockets were messing up. And then we just nailed it. But because JFK was like really pushing us to do so.
If the U.S. faked it, Russia would have been able to prove it.
Why didn't that one read? Maybe that one is on a delay. That one didn't read. If the U.S. faked it, Russia would have been able to prove it. True. I think so too. They hack us all the time and they're getting all our info. They would have gotten all the info. They would have had like a spy in there. Let's watch this. This is something that I wonder about, is the momentum and the movement of the body when they fall down and get up. It does look like they're kind of on strings. Let's see what this shows. Okay, we got a weird song that I'm going to mute. All right, so he's putting a thing in the ground. Okay, so you see, it does look like he was suspended, even on that. Let's put that in slow motion. He did just move. It looks like he's being held up. Like his backpack was just... Watch, ready? So this is half speed. He puts that thing in the ground. Also, that means this is really malleable sand that went down. That means this is one thing that I would say would be really hard. They built this huge platform and filled it with actual sand that looks very different than our sand. That's hard. And maybe that's a backdrop. You can see like the horizon line. Maybe that's the end of the set. And then this is the backdrop for the back hill. But like whatever he just did actually went down into the ground deep. So that means they filled this place with a ton of sand, which is impressive, but maybe they could do anything for a film, I guess. So then watch when he spins around. Where is it? I mean, he would be lighter. You can see the body movement different. See, he's pushing, he can't get up. Okay, yep. It does look like he's floating, honestly. It does genuinely look like he's floating. Okay, seeing that, I actually feel differently now. I feel that he was equally light everywhere in floating and not just like on a pivot, on a hinge with like the strings around his back. His legs were moving the same speed as his upper half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing with this conspiracy specifically, is that I do think that for every valid argument, and then like there's a counter argument for this, I think honestly both ways about the movement is like, yeah, it's like it could have been somebody on wires on a soundstage, but also it could be somebody that's just in lesser gravity on an alien surface. So it's like, I've never been in zero gravity. You've never been in zero. I know that you're a trained stuntman, but you've never been in zero gravity. You're all wiggly and able to move in strange ways on Earth, I can only imagine how you would be able to move on the moon. So this one is like I'm not as convinced. Like I'm not as convinced about the movement just because of like how it is, you know.
I do believe there is real moon footage. I just don't believe that's ever been released because there's something on the light and dark side of the moon.
Interesting, Sabo. KT.
Sabo and KT.
My fiance has become gifted a membership. Thank you, Squirrel
Finally.
Nebula.
That earns you 1 Nathan naked point.
What? I have to get naked on stream now?
No, that counts towards like I've seen you naked 5,672 times.
Because Tom tells
Katie,
my fiance that he's seen me naked more times than her. So over the years, eventually she'll catch up. But that's not true. You've only seen me naked probably like 12 times. She's seen me
I
naked
saw
more
you
than
naked
that.
literally every day, multiple times a day for 15 years.
No, we didn't live together for 15 years. We lived together for like a total of 7 years or something.
10.
I didn't live with you for 10 years.
2000, well, all right, let's see. 2009, 2010, 2011, 12, 13. Is that 5? 13, 14 I left. So then, and
I wasn't
19,
naked every
20.
single day of that year.
8 years. 8 years.
Every once in a while, you'd see me for a second walk out of the shower, but I often had a towel on. If I was making a joke and I like wiggled myself around, maybe.
No, but then you did that. But then like it was a lot of like you and Seth.
Yeah, I think I'm just
naked
naked 24/7 every day.
You weren't. Seth is.
Thank you, Sabo, and thank you, Katie. She has seen me naked more times than you. This is the weirdest, dumbest competition. Okay, so let me look at this real quick. This one fall from the guy on the right was a little interesting. It did look like he was falling, and it looked like he was held back a bit. His momentum slowed down before he hit. It's a really, really quick moment. But watch him fall. Ready? Here.
The real space race is the naked race.
So he goes,
that's
and then
that's the Cold War.
See, that was weird. When he hits the ground, he like kind of bounces, like they pull him for a second to lessen his impact. I'm hyper focusing here, but let's watch that one more time. He almost falls. There's the almost. Here's the fall, and they pull him. And they, don't pull him too much. Oh, his legs are off the ground. This looks like he is being held and suspended by something. And this guy's coming to help because they need to hide the fact that he's standing in front of him. Okay, now
the movement is rather strange. Also, I will say, and this ties
into
this.
Moving. That guy walking over does move slow too. But that's the big one. This is the big one we need to break down. Him getting up there was like, that means he has the strongest abs in the world to pull that whole back and stand upright without a push. My cameraman, Lerm, get down here.
Lerm is drunk at this hour of the day.
He's drunk all the time. That's all he does. It's depressing. It's genuinely depressing. Okay, watch the guy on the left get up. He's trying to get up. He can't get up. And then pulled. That is 100% weird. That is
the movement is rather strange. And
he
this
literally is falling over, and then he just goes. His legs are off the ground, and he just gets pulled up.
The movement
he had
is peculiar.
no body control on his own. We gotta watch that again. That was crazy. Ready?
I think that the way that the movement is like, and this just
he
to
had
counter
one
what
tippy toe on the ground. He had no look. There's no way a human body can do this.
Right. He springs back up instantly.
Look!
The movement is very strange.
1 foot on the ground. This guy is a muscle master. That is weird. I don't know what to say. That's just freaking weird. Am I peaking? Am I too loud? Please let me know.
I do think, and this ties into something that you were talking about earlier. So first of all, you were a little off, I think. So they started filming Stanley. This is to go back to what you were saying, and this sets up this footage a little bit. So they started filming 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like, a movie takes years. And if we go into the Stanley Kubrick side of things, and if Stanley Kubrick was the one who orchestrated this footage, if we go into that, if you watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, a movie that came out in 1969, they started shooting that movie several years before, and it was based on a book by Arthur C. Clarke, who wrote the script for the movie with Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
So I do think that lines up. Or the movie came out in 68, the moon landing was 69, but it started shooting several years before.
Yeah.
And if we go into the Stanley Kubrick was the one that NASA hired to orchestrate this footage, NASA would have been fully aware of this movie, which like people don't understand. People look at 2001 A Space Odyssey now and they go, yeah, that movie looks, it's held up really well for a movie that's 60 years old or whatever. When that movie came out, it was absolutely a mind-blowing achievement
with the pen
of
floating
cinema.
and stuff. That was really cool. But it was just it was simple tricks though. It was very simple tricks.
But nobody had ever made anything like that or was capable of doing that. And Kubrick was using lenses that had like never been used in filmmaking before. And Kubrick was notorious for doing these like spectacular, extremely meticulous lighting and set designs. They very famously secretly brought him in to light this submarine set in a James Bond movie because nobody else in the world could possibly do this super complicated lighting thing. So Stanley Kubrick, they brought him in specifically under absolute secrecy to do this impossible lighting thing because he had such a crazy, meticulous eye for cinematic lighting.
Well, what are you saying here? Are you saying you think he could have directed this?
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Oh,
I don't,
so yeah, I need to know, where do you stand on this? Do you think it was real? Do you think it was fake? A little bit of both? Who knows?
I think
I keep not addressing this. I did see the comment. I forget, some robot maybe. He's holding onto the arm. He is holding the guy's arm. So I'm putting myself in the position. I think this moment is maybe not fake. I got a little excited there with thinking he floated up. I can put myself in that position. The suit is 200 pounds though. So that is a lot of weight. If you have 1 foot on the ground, this leg's floating. He's basically like this. He's basically in this position. 1 foot on the ground, arm on the guy's waist. So he is gripping that guy's suit and he pulls himself up, and maybe the guy pushed a little bit too with one. The guy went like this, but that's a lot on your abs and your side to pull yourself up in that situation. But I guess the lesser gravity makes it not as intense, so it's easier to do.
Something else to point out is that these were fit men, the astronauts.
Yeah, watch, he grabs him.
But have you ever seen Mad Men? These guys were drinking 15 whiskeys a day and smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day before they get on the thing. I don't think that they were that fat. Nobody exercised.
These guys weren't like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, these guys were like
smoking and drinking 60s men. Yeah,
these guys were astronaut Dave Drapers floating around up there.
Yeah,
they weren't.
that Mad Men is the best example for these guys. Okay, so the movement is a little weird, and then the dust. Someone commented on the dust. Like, where's the dust? You do see the dust. I don't think you're gonna make the sky fill with dust. There is gravity. The dust will fall. It is
Don
floating.
Draper, I said Dave Draper.
Don Draper. The dust is falling slower than it would on Earth. I don't doubt that. Hello, Chunk. Good to see you. But like, it is, the momentum of them getting up is a bit odd. So yeah, so it's debatable.
You were asking me where I land on the moon landing as a whole, and we can keep. I love talking about the moon landing. It's a very interesting conspiracy theory. And kind of to piggyback on what you were saying earlier, I do think it's highly probable that we faked the first moon landing, because I think we wanted to beat the Russians to land on the moon. I do think that we've been to the moon. I think that there's verifiable evidence that we've been to the moon, and we have samples from the moon, and we have photography from the moon that is irrefutable. I do think, and people can say that I'm wrong about that, but I do think that it's very possible that we faked the first moon landing to beat the Russians into space.
I like to, if someone gunned to my head, I'd say, no, we did it. I think we landed on the moon. And maybe
I would just say,
because I think maybe we did have some super momentum and motivation through JFK, because he was really pushing for it. We wanted to be all these countries, and they weren't letting everyone know what the successes they were having. Where they let everyone know their failures, so then it was it's more like an achievement when we then beat everyone and get there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's why I really disagree with people who, and no offense to anybody in the chat. Let's just keep everything. This is a debate here. I do disagree when somebody's like, no, it's real. And I'm like, were you alive in 1969? I'm like, and kind of what you were saying, there was an incredible amount of momentum of like, we need to beat the Russians. We need to get to space. President Kennedy had just died, and this was like a dying president's wish that we will be the first nation. And I'm paraphrasing,
and everyone
but like, we will be the first nation to get to the moon. And unless you like, I've seen so much historical footage from that time. The national sentiment of beating the Russians, the Soviet Union at the time, to get to the moon, President Kennedy's dying wish was like this incredible national achievement, and like it brought the United States into like a new decade, into the propelling it further into becoming a national superpower. And it really like caused a lot of damage to the Soviet Union. Like it ruined a lot of their national morale and like all that type of thing. So like I counter on that. I question this theory specifically because there's so many reasons that we would have at least faked the first one.
Possibly. But at the same time, like what Robot is saying, I do think the evidence does outweigh the doubt. There is a lot of doubt. There's a lot of weird stuff. The movement is strange, but there seems to be an answer for all of it. And until you go on the moon and move around
there's
yourself,
an answer
it's
for all
hard
of
to
it.
say. So that's why I lean more towards it being real. And I don't even like that I'm even entertaining it because I never did before, but it is kind of fun now to be like, yeah, that is weird. And
Right,
I
I think
Piper's
that's
saying,
yeah.
I like doubt. I don't like doubting stuff, but I like being skeptical and going, let me decide, because I don't want to just believe what someone tells me, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just a fun thing. So, and also, I don't take this that seriously.
No,
it's just
Robert, Robot, it's fun.
Right.
It's not a troll.
It's a fun,
it's interesting and it's a fun conversation.
It's a fun thing to talk about. And it's not like saying,
because there is validity to the doubts. And then
there's
Buzz
validity.
Aldrin saying these weird things. Like he's making us all get crazy here.
Also, have you seen that very famous speech with Neil Armstrong after he landed on the
I'm
moon?
saying
That's
the
a
wrong
creepy
guy.
one.
That's the one I was looking for. Neil Armstrong. I was looking for Buzz Aldrin. So both of them have said doubtful things.
Yeah, both of them have basically said we didn't land on the moon.
So I was just watching earlier. We were watching on the Buzz Aldrin ones. It was Neil Armstrong I'm supposed to be looking up. Okay,
Neil
so
Armstrong if you just type in Neil Armstrong's cryptic speech.
Well, wait, this is a 4-minute video. This is going to lead us
you can
to that. So this is going to basically be Buzz Aldrin confirms UFO sightings. Since I want to talk about they saw stuff on the moon, and then we'll talk about Buzz Aldrin or Armstrong saying that it was fake. This I'm intrigued by. Like apparently they're like there's recordings. I'm going, oh, there's something here. Okay, well they're looking at us. Well, let's just keep going this way. There's like weird stuff that happens.
Yeah, I like in the chat. I like Nick has a good take. What? The government can't be trusted with this economy? No. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I will just say, if you're just like
right now, the government should not be
is
trusted at all. 100% do not trust the current government.
Well, like you can't trust any of government.
True.
You can't
They're
trust
all
anything
just
they
as
say.
bad. Okay, let's see if there's aliens up there. Oh wait, I forgot. I have it in half speed. Sounds
You put
like
it on drunk on drunk mode.
Lerm must have been filming this segment. Playback speed.
Helly said you don't have to be a doctor to question. That's true, but in Nathan's pilot for Youth Large, I was an extra on it, and the extra role that Nathan gave me was a doctor. So I've played a doctor on TV.
It's true. He played a doctor on TV.
Yeah. So
60 seconds. I saw this illumination that was moving with respect to the stars. We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us. So technically...
So wait, so he's saying when he did go to space and he did see something, but then he also says that they didn't land on the moon? Did he go multiple times to like just go to outer space and do other stuff?
Buzz Aldrin is, I don't think he's ever said that we didn't land on the moon, but he does talk about like UFOs and aliens and stuff like that. That's like that's like the conspiracy side that Buzz Aldrin is like most famous for.
So he didn't say the moon landing was fake then. It was that was just Neil Armstrong.
No, and neither of them specifically said it's fake. I think that the thing
this is Buzz Aldrin. This is the guy that I just watched. We just watched this guy say he didn't land there, but now he's saying he saw aliens.
Buzz Aldrin says a lot of wild stuff.
He's a freaking troll.
The best Buzz Aldrin clip, this is like a side tangent, is this guy came up to him and like asked, I think the guy
Exactly, John. That's what I'm asking.
The guy came up to him and questioned him landing on the moon, and he punched the guy in the face.
Whoa, this is Buzz Aldrin?
This is like 5 years ago. There's some guy being like, so you didn't land on the moon? And it was like a young reporter guy, and Buzz Aldrin just punched him.
Wow. Also, I'll say wow to the fact that we are 12 likes away from 100 and 3 members away from 10 members for today. 10 new members.
Wow.
We have a new tier. We have 3 tiers for Odd Boys. If you want to be on the show, get in the voice chat. We're going to do voice chat for low tier members. Or we could do a group chat and Discord room for only you guys to get in, and then the higher tier, 15 and 25 members.
Oh, you did add that.
I did. We have 3 tiers now. A more achievable $6 tier, which is the same as a Twitch subscription. So if you want to do that, that'd be great. Thank you very much, everyone who has. And then the higher tiers, 15 and 25, can come on the show and do co-hosting with us for the 25. And I think 15 should have their own solo call-in segment where they can talk one-on-one with us. So you can go group chat, solo chat, video chat is how you can look at some of the perks. But also there'll be rooms in there for you guys to throw stories at us that we can talk about.
There you go. Become a member. Get in the party.
Please support the show. We want to keep this going. I want this to be like a multiple day a week show.
You can pitch stories to us. You can go into these Discords, and if you want to throw story ideas in there, things for us to cover, become a member. We can see you in the chat, but it's hard to focus on all the words in the chat. So if you want to throw a story at us, get in the
Our
Discord,
chat's just flying by. We can barely read it. Look how popular we are.
Can we get some? Can people start putting their favorite NASA acronyms in the chat?
Oh yeah, what else does NASA stand for?
Never a straight answer. Can we get our favorite NASA acronyms in the chat?
Nathan R. Sexy Ass. Nathan R. Sexy Ass.
I think my favorite is New Age
people saying I have a sexy butt.
New Age Satanic Agenda.
New Age Satanic. Oh my God! All right, let's see what aliens are there.
Unidentified flying object. While Neil and Buzz were on the lunar surface, Neil switched to the medical
There's footage, isn't there, of some of these things they saw?
Medical officer saying they're here, they're parked on the side of the crater, they're watching us.
That is the term. That's the sentence. That's the sentence that I was looking for. They said someone's looking at them when they're up there. That's freaking weird.
Right. Well, I mean, this
ties into... just proves that they did land on the moon. If they saw aliens.
What if it was just like an alien like guy, and like they landed, he was like, "Hi."
Anyways, I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know anybody was coming over.
Goose has said this. Have you know this conspiracy about seeing the horizon line through the astronaut? That was the most incriminating footage. We're going to look at that after this. Let's see if there's aliens, though.
To not belong on the moon. And it has very distinct features of a satellite dish.
These guys all look like scientific experts.
Shape. It's got a long spike that
oh, yeah. I trust them implicitly. Whatever they're saying.
Yeah. These guys are friends with the It's Aliens guy.
Oh, the Georgios Papadopoulos.
Oh, you're saying this? I think that's just the footage. I don't think that's like a faking. I think that's just footage lag and exposure.
Neil switched to the medical channel.
Seeing through him, it's probably like a double exposure type thing, you know? Yeah, you can.
I think
see
that's
right
the thing.
through him.
For every strange thing, there is like a counter of like, hey, we sent a camera to space. We don't know how this thing's going to work.
There's no such thing as double exposure. Are you kidding me? Have you seen original photographs and how you can see through the people all the time? Going to the moon for the first time with archaic technology is not going to look perfect. Tin Rob became an odd boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
good to see
are we
you.
saying, since we're approaching it, if we get to 22 members, we're going to do something disgusting?
Yeah, if we get 22 members, we'll do something disgusting.
There you go.
My fiance is peeking at me. Hang on one second.
I like that Nathan's camera follows him too, so there's no secrecy.
I can't even like get off camera because the cameraman's following me.
I do that could create like a legitimate situation if Katie's just like
naked off
gets
camera,
out of the shower or something. And she's like, hey,
she does walk around naked too.
Well, the same thing happens with Alba. Like Alba gets out of the shower, so if I had a moving camera, that was like she's like, hey, can you take out the trash after you finish your show? It's like
earlier because I was naked, and Tom, I've seen Nathan's penis way more times than you have.
I've seen it 5,267 times.
5,267 times he's seen it.
I have a question.
We'll have to get her caught up tonight. Yeah.
I have my
question for Tom from the audience, from a supporting member in the chat.
Oh, thank you for supporting.
Have you seen it? Oh, he's seen it flaccid. Yeah. Yeah, he's never seen it bonered.
Exactly. So I win.
Oh, because she's seen the boner, which counts for more.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess
I've never.
Yeah,
That would be weird if you saw my boner.
yeah,
Hey, Tom,
I
come
guess-
check this out. Something's happening. Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, then I've seen. I have the. Yeah, so I guess. Well, Seth has seen it more then.
Seth hasn't seen my boner.
No, I mean Seth probably has the flaccid penis award.
Oh, well, you've seen. Oh, Seth's seen my What? Why are you so obsessed with who's seen my wiener more? That is the big conspiracy.
The real.
You know, I've never seen Tom's wiener.
No.
After all the times I live with you, never accidentally saw your wiener or anything.
Well, it's like
I
Bigfoot,
did. I won't go into it, but there's that one night. Remember that one night that you hated with the fart bomb, the fart bombs.
There were a lot of nights that
Tom had a guest, and the time was ruined. We saw something happening in his room through his window, and then we shoved stink bombs under his door.
Oh, I remember. This was also 15 years ago, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, we were very young children. Tom was like 21 years old.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
That was
well. Then you also blocked. You and Jared and Seth blocked the door, so I couldn't escape.
Yeah, that was funny.
I think I had to jump out the window. I think that was the eventual.
So.
I think that was the eventual thing. But yeah, I had a guest over 15 years ago, and then they shoved like 4 stink bombs under my door. They blocked the door with towels, and then they barricaded it so we couldn't get out. And then we had to jump out the window.
Just torturing. It's just cruel abuse. That's what it was. It's not even pranks.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
I mean, it's funny 15 years later.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Have populated or made structures on the far side of the moon.
Wondering who's built these.
I just want to see the aliens.
Enough to put a base on the moon wouldn't have.
Okay, now we're getting into base. Do you think there's a base on the moon?
The other
100%.
thing that is inside this lunar module
Without hesitation.
looks like
Anybody
a
in the
woman,
chat that says
and
differently
this
is wrong.
The alien that they recovered from the ship.
Discovered in NASA's official.
All right, this isn't as interesting as I thought. So anyway, what was the final topic we're going to say here?
I mean, are we going through the entire thing? You know what is a weird thing? This is an actual weird thing. I guess like not like a definitive we landed on the moon, didn't land on the moon, but the moon rock or one of the moon rocks that was given to Holland by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin was later they did like a analysis on it. It was fake.
Oh, probably because they didn't want real moon rocks getting out.
But it was like given to them. It was given to the Dutch Prime Minister in 1969 as like. Here, I'll send you. This is from the Telegraph. It's a real. I'll send you the article. I do think stuff like that. There is reason to question the moon landing. Everybody, it's like it does sound crazy, but something like, oh, here's a token for your entire country from the United States of America. Here's a moon rock given to you by these astronauts, and then they had it analyzed, and it was fake. It wasn't an actual moon rock.
Wow.
So stuff like that does make you go.
Okay, so this is something we need to watch. This is
actually pretty. Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
This is Neil Armstrong's cryptic speech. This is shortly before he died, maybe, or no? Oh no, this is right after.
No, this is like right after they landed on the moon. These are the
briefing.
This is Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong, and Buzz Aldrin. These were the astronauts who landed on the moon.
Wow, how do you know it all?
I have a lot of time on my hands. Too much time, one might say. That's the real mystery. How much? What? I'm just sitting here pondering the mysteries of the universe all day.
Thinking. Okay.
On the 25th anniversary of the event in 1994, Neil Armstrong made a rare public appearance and held back tears as he spoke these brief cryptic remarks.
Oh, so it was later in life. Yeah, this is 94. He dies shortly after.
Like,
so when on his way out, he's like,
later.
"Don't believe him," and he croaks.
Before the next
I hope they show
generation
it,
of
don't talk
taxpayers
over it.
as they toured the White House.
Today we have with us a group of students among America's best. To you, we say we have only completed.
Thank you, Sabo.
Sabo's been very
CIA,
generous. Thank you.
FBI taking out Kennedy caused the U.S. government to say, cut the space program. Tell the world we landed on the moon.
Do you believe the CIA, FBI taking out Kennedy caused the U.S. government to say, why would they cut the government because he died? I think the government killed him. That I do believe. I think that was an inside job for sure.
I think that should be next. I think our next Saturday, if we're doing
Do
Saturdays,
all the big one, the big conspiracies on Saturdays.
I think Saturday we should do Kennedy.
We should. You know, Yoda on our friend Yoda on his channel has
his video has like 11 billion views. It's like slowed down footage.
Yoda like randomly uploaded slowed down footage of JFK getting shot, and it's got like tons of views. It's like his
it has like
hit.
11 billion views or something. It's stupid.
And all of his other videos are like just random things. That
well,
one
all those other
blew up.
videos are like he's like I'm in my garage. I'm making a wooden. I'm making a
wooden candlestick.
I'm making a wooden candlestick. And then there's a video of slowed down footage of the Kennedy assassination with 11 billion views on his channel.
So random. We should watch that. Is what I'm saying to get our information.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, let's see what he says here. This is very fascinating. So this is the guy who apparently landed on the moon, now saying something
allegedly.
Suspicious.
We need to say that from now on for everything, just to make us sound more like conspiracy. Allegedly, he landed on the moon.
6 likes away from 100 and 2 members away from 10 new members. Thank you. How about we do it at 12? You eat that pickle at 12 members, and I eat the hot sauce at 12. So 4 more members.
4 more members.
Is that too low?
I think we
has to be an odd boys tier membership.
I think we stick to our guns and do 22 for something disgusting and day ruining.
My lucky number. Yeah, I don't want my stomach will hurt after it did the other day.
We got to make if something is going to cause us to have burning rubber diarrhea, as Seth would say, it's got to be worth it. It's got to be worth it.
Here we go.
It at a beginning. We leave you much that is undone.
This is him.
There are great ideas undiscovered. Breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
1.4 million views.
He is.
So wait, what was cryptic about that? I remembered it being more like alarming last time I saw it.
It's just the wording of it. I think that's the whole thing, is that his speech is open for interpretation.
I think did that on purpose.
I think it's just like a weird, it's the way that he worded it. He made this like, his wording was very peculiar. And like, he was talking about taking down truth's protective layers and like going beyond and like the mysteries or whatever. It is a very weird speech, but it's like, it could be argued both ways, but like, he's not talking about anything in particular. It's just a weird speech.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember being like more caught up with that before and thinking it was more like secrets being revealed.
I do think that like when you get into the stuff, it's like, I think that speech is when you go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. And Goose, I agree. It seems like he was saying something hadn't been done yet.
Right. He's talking about just like weird stuff and like breaking through truth's protective layers and like going beyond the realm of science or whatever he's talking about. It's just a weird speech.
Yeah.
But it's like it doesn't prove anything other than he decided to write a very poetic, weird speech.
This is interesting. This is a minute-long clip. Neil Armstrong refuses to swear on the Bible he walked on the moon. So the people in the 60s were pretty religious, so maybe he doesn't want to do that because that's going too far as a
But also, if he actually did it and he's a religious man,
he would have done it. He would have sworn on it.
He would have just done it.
That's weird. Maybe he thinks it's like a negative disrespect to the Bible to even be entertaining having this question asked.
But you know what else this ties into, Nathan?
What?
The New Age satanic agenda. Think about it, chat. You know I'm right.
Let's see what he says here.
Chat, think about it.
Mr. Armstrong bought several ABC Digital. Wanted to give you the opportunity to swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Oh, well, he's being come at like really hard. You can see his suspicious look. It's like, who are you just interrupting me? I think he was already not in a good mood to be like, get on my that's like, I'm not going to entertain your dumb joke. That's what I'm thinking he's feeling.
Or he didn't want to be revealed to be possessed by a demonic entity.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
He would put his hand on the Bible, and then he would just start speaking in tongues and go, bah!
Yes? If you really walked on the moon, why would you not do that? So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon?
Mr. Cyril, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Okay, so this guy is probably a known troll conspiracy guy, and he knows it, and he's just like, all right, dude, shut up. I'm not entertaining your little bit. But
I think that's the thing. This is
shut him up.
Yeah, this is just a snapshot.
Yeah.
Like, so who knows? Neil Armstrong was an old man. This is a random video.
Doesn't have
it is
patience for this
peculiar.
kind of guy. Yeah.
I think he could have just done it and been like, I landed on the moon. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So
no, it's
weird.
You have the opportunity to have $5,000.
The meeting is not open.
Well, you have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Please
I have
give
the
it to
tape.
charity. It'd be fine.
Why don't you swear to? Why not? Why won't you do it? So why don't you put your
This
hand
is
on the
interesting,
Bible
though.
and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Mr. Seibel has made a fool of himself in front of the world. Mr. Seibel, you do not deserve
Seibel?
answers.
He doesn't
I
deserve
think it's
answers. Who is that guy? Does anyone know who that guy is?
I think that Professor Hulk might be right. That might be the same trolley guy that it's like a skeptic type guy. I think I'm trying to remember exactly who that guy was. I think that's a moon landing skeptic guy that harasses all these astronauts. I think that might be the same guy that Buzz Aldrin punched.
Oh, really?
It might be, but I
Was
think
it Buzz
that's
Aldrin
like
that punched.
I think that's the guy. I think that might be the same guy. I think it's just like a moon landing skeptic guy that like, which in that case, it is understandable that Neil Armstrong was like, oh God, it's this guy.
Here we go. We got to see this. We got Creator Clash 1, Creator Clash 0 here.
It is the same guy. Yeah, it's this.
It's this guy.
It's the moon landing skeptic guy.
Okay, so who is this dude? Buzz Aldrin punches guy. New HD. Read below.
Yeah, this is like a moon landing skeptic guy.
Is this the guy's channel? Bart Sebro? Is this his channel we're watching right now?
That must, yeah, maybe that's it.
Because he's posting in the description is like the government lied to us. Blah, blah, blah. That's what all this is.
It has to be him. Then.
All
Yeah,
truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed.
True.
Then it is violently opposed. Finally,
That is
it is
it.
accepted as self-evident.
That's Bart Seibel. Okay.
This guy, we found a super conspiracy theorist channel. They found that guy's channel, the Bible Man. Okay, let's see what he does to Buzz Aldrin. Is he bringing the Bible in again?
I think he does the same thing. Like, will you swear on? Did you do it? Did you actually land on the moon?
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
They're in Beverly Hills. This is Beverly Hills right here. This road. This is Rodeo, I think.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
Is that TMZ or something?
It's gotta be.
Get out of here. This is a hotel. We'll call the police.
We pay.
Come on in here. We'll call the police.
You like that? Why don't you swear on the Bible
He's
that
not
you walked on the
soliciting.
moon?
It doesn't, sir. I don't have nothing to do with this. But you cannot solicit on this property.
We just paid to rent out the penthouse to shoot up there. So
you can't solicit like this on this property.
The security guy's just trying to get him out of there saying anything.
Yeah.
You got to keep shooting, man. Okay. Well,
I mean,
put it on your shoulder. Don't be shy.
Just come with me, Buzz. You really like attention, don't you?
You're the one
You
who
really like attention,
said you walked
don't
on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
Oh! Oh, that's awesome!
I mean, Buzz Aldrin was a soldier. Like, this is like a tough old man.
Yeah. We're watching that in slow motion. Holy crap.
So, but I mean, in that context,
that was a good shot, dude.
But like, you know, in context, this does make sense with Neil Armstrong. This guy has been harassing all of these astronauts for years, trying to get them to like, he's doing like this like trolley stuff to them.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
It's kind of like,
that's not the way to go about doing it. I get it. He's getting views and here we are watching and talking about it. But I think you shouldn't get in anyone's face and do that to anyone. That's very rude. I do think you should be allowed to punch someone if they're invading your space. I don't like guns. I don't like that stuff. But I think physical defense on a little level in some cases is warranted because there's no other way to get the guy off of you. Like being in your space is, I think, a physical violation, even if the guy doesn't touch you. You can't just exist with someone in your face like that. I think that's crappy.
Right. So anyway. Also, just like, I think that celebrities, like, obviously, you should be able to talk to them and like all that type of thing.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go up to, and Buzz Aldrin is a celebrity, he's been on a million TV shows. But going up to them with pointing a camera and a microphone in their face and holding a Bible and saying,
Yeah, that's the same thing as punching someone. That's the same thing as hitting someone.
Right.
First.
It's still like assault. I think it's different. If you go up to them and just say like, hey, big fan of your work, or
that's
like,
different.
hey,
yeah, you shouldn't punch someone.
Right.
For
That's
that.
different. But like this guy is trying to get a reaction and he's like verbally assaulting this old man.
And if you're aggressively in someone's face for more than 10 seconds, I think that's like, okay, that's not just I came here to say something. You're a scumbag. I hate you. And you run away,
Right.
sure, I shouldn't punch that person. They're just speaking their opinion. They wanted to say that to you. It's annoying, sure. But if you keep going over 10 seconds, there should be like a 10-second limit. You're allowed to punch the person. It's like, oh, keep talking, boom. Legally, I can punch you now.
Buzz also told him to get away. The doorman was like, leave him alone, please.
Yep.
And then the guy said, you're a liar, you're a phony.
Yeah.
And like he started getting really
He's trying to get his
Well, he
views.
started getting really nasty to him. So it's like, I do not blame Buzz Aldrin at all. This guy got what he deserved.
That's a whole debate, and we can't get into that. But words, I think, can be assault, yes, and I don't think it's fair to say it's not, because you can't just go up to someone and scream and berate them with words and not say, "Oh, nothing happened to you. You should be fine." That like really messes with someone's head, and that's unfair to do to someone. That's like very like I can do what I want, and you can't stop me. If someone did it to you, and if you don't want to call it assault, fine, but it is a vocal assaults to your senses and your ears. You aren't not. I think there's so many. You are experiencing it, and you shouldn't be able to just let people do that.
Yeah, I think, and this is like a side tangent. I agree with you. I think let's like all the cases of like somebody taking their own life after they get like bullied by people like harassing them.
Not everyone can handle this type of interaction.
Yeah, it's very real. So I think for somebody to be like, because I've seen that argument being like, oh, well, you're just like soft, like you can't take words. But it's like, why are you harassing people?
And are you the barometer? You get to decide. You can't take words. I can. I'm tough. You should be like me. No, shut up and go away. You're an idiot, and not everyone's the same. Right. Not everyone can handle words. No, and that's unfair to put someone in that position where they have to be forced to then deal with something that they don't want to deal with.
Right. I don't think you can be critical.
This guy deserves to get punched.
You can be critical of somebody without being crappy. Like you can tell somebody that they're wrong.
Yeah.
But I also think that if you're unable to like form a coherent way of being critical to somebody and you just start harassing them and like verbally abusing them, it's like, well, it's you that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And then now we're just in semantics and people arguing a definition of words. If you don't think assault, if you think assault is only a physical, then you're wrong. That's not true. What's the rest of this thing? Okay, the audio goes out.
Who said
just like that man went unconscious with Buzz Aldrin's fist in his face.
Let's see, the camera cuts. Audio goes out. Okay, that's it. Well, yeah, there we go. I think we decided moon landing is 50% real, 50% fake.
We didn't even get into half this. We didn't get into the flag waving argument. We didn't get into the Van Allen radiation belts. How did we get through the Van Allen radiation belts?
Oh, that's a
using the technology that was available. Using the technology that was available in the 60s, it would have crumpled in those tin cans. We never would have made it through all that space radiation without killing the occupants of the space capsule. We wouldn't have made it.
Nope. I wonder.
I think.
So should we do another episode on this? Is there more to talk about? Should we do JFK and moon landing next time?
You know, at the end of the day, I think that we can all agree that Nathan and Tom are right, and that anybody who disagreed with us was wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, it makes most sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot. It makes a lot of sense when you really think about it.
Really think about it. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say yes, we should do another episode because I didn't know you were going to do an episode today, and I had no time to do any preparation.
This is a bite-sized episode. This was a weekend edition. I just got to talk about this. Help me get to the truth. It was supposed to be a solo thing. We're just talking about something. I think you should do some solo ones too, but for like an hour so that people can consume them easily and you can just talk concentrated about something you're thinking about. Do you have any subjects you'd want to do where you just kind of like show people the chat and show the chat, the websites and what you're talking about and have a discussion, a subject that would be interesting?
Show them the truth.
Yeah. Like, what are some of your favorite conspiracies or mysteries, I guess we could say?
I mean, I would say that, like, you know, my favorite if I had to, like, off the top of my head, John Titor is a good one.
And what does he talk about?
John Titor was That's very famous. Yeah, well, that was that time traveler that he didn't call in. I saw you talking about on Lol Boys or Lol Boys. Lol Cow.
You're mixing our show with Lol Cow.
I know. I'm like, it's because I'm like thinking you just did that show and we have our show. John Titor, I saw you talking about it there, and they got the facts wrong a little bit while you were talking about it with them. John Titor, he was in internet forums and he faxed in, because faxes were a thing in the late 90s, early 2000s, that he was a time traveler. Basically they just took the plot of the movie Terminator. He was a soldier from the future sent back to the past to get parts to an IBM 5100 computer system, because that's how they ran the time dilation software in the future. But he had to travel to the past so that he could go to the present and prevent an impending future war. But John Titor is a crazy one. It's a really good story. Art Bell stuff is always really good. There's Mel's Hole, which is a classic. There's the Well to Hell, which is a borehole in Russia, which goes like miles deep into the Earth's surface.
How do you spell John Titor's last name?
Titor.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Also, John Titor, so popular that they based his mystery, or they took inspiration from his mystery and turned it into an anime called Steins Gate, and he's a major character in. Yeah, yeah. They used his story.
This guy's got sunglasses on. This is fascinating. Here, that's not the screen. Isn't
John Titor's a great one.
This guy right here with the sunglasses on, everybody.
Yeah, John Titor is a great.
You should do an episode. You should do like an hour Odd Boys talking about this, because this is the time traveler. Yeah, you see this guy a lot in the compilation videos of like time travelers caught on camera, and then there's that lady on the cell phone in the Mike Tyson fight or whatever, or she's on like an iPhone before there was cell phones.
I really I love the time travel stories. I would say that one of my other, I've done videos on all these people too, by the way.
It looks
on my
like
YouTube
he's just
channel.
wearing welding glasses because he didn't have like sunglasses or something.
This isn't actually John Titor, by the way. This is just like a man that they took. Those are like welding. I think this is like a hockey player or something in like Canada in like the early 1900s.
Oh, so what's the John Titor thing?
This is just the picture that they associate with him, but the John Titor is like they don't have pictures of John Titor.
Oh, John Titor and Time Traveler Zero are pseudonyms used in communications and on internet forums between 1998 and 2001. Okay, so all the lunatics between these dates, John Titor is their like code name.
His story is just like whoever made the John Titor story. It's really good.
This where a computer was getting messages. This was like the first days of the internet. And there was another person who had
really
a computer
good
and could respond to this computer. Yeah, that's a fun story. You should talk about that and basically just break it down in an episode.
I think the best time travel story. I also, just to plug my YouTube channel, my Twitch my Twitch and my YouTube is right down below. I've done documentaries about all of these people.
Please,
is Madman Mike Marcum. That's my favorite time traveler story. Madman Mike Marcum looks like every heavy metal guy from like college, or like the guy that works at Burger King that is like, he's like, have you ever heard have you listened to the new Megadeth album? He looks like that guy, but his time travel story is really, really good. And there is some weird stuff about his thing. He verifiably completely disappeared from any database, and people were unable to find him for 2 years, which was the time supposedly that he was like time traveling. But he did verifiably disappear from any sort of like database for 2 years, which is when he was lost, traveling through space and time. But his story
is who?
Madman. Look, Google him. He looks. If you look at him, you go. I call him my video. I call him the most metal time traveler of all time. Madman Mike Marcum, Marcum. Mike Marcum is my favorite time travel story ever. It's so good. It's so good. Look at this guy.
Hang on. The dog.
Mike Marcum is one of my favorite stories, but that's another. He called into Art Bell a bunch of times, And his story is really
This
good.
guy?
That
him?
is Mike. That is a time traveling scientist. Everybody, if you want to know what a time travel scientist looks like, it looks like this man, Madman Mike Marcum. That's who it looks like. This is a time traveling
is to be
genius.
trusted. A time traveling genius. Wait, so you need to do an episode where you talk about these time traveler people.
Well, if anybody doesn't want to wait for my live episode, I have a video about this guy on my YouTube channel. Check it out. It's a very, I think it's a very good documentary.
Hang on.
Oh no. You can still see you, but I think
Someone's trying to tickle my feet.
Oh.
We have a troll in here.
But yeah, Mike Marcum is a really good one.
Entered the room as well.
I will say with Mike Marcum, he actually did. He was a very competent. He was a fairly competent inventor. He actually. So I'm like trying to remember the details of the story exactly. He broke into his local power company and he stole a bunch of industrial size like power generators.
Yeah.
And he hooked them up in his house and he blacked out his entire town.
So this guy's like a Bob Lazar scientist just making stuff at home.
His story is crazy because and then his story became infamous because the police showed up because they were able to like track where the power spike came from. And when the police showed up, they were like, "What are you doing in here?" And he was like, "I'm making a time machine." And then the police officers like reported him because they were like, "This guy says he's making a time machine." But he blacked out his entire town. It's crazy.
You should do an episode where you talk about these guys. Apparently, this is the only real time traveler, according to this video. He claimed he was born in 1932.
Are you there? Nowadays on TikTok, there are a lot of people that claim to be time travelers, but this story actually has a lot of people convinced that this man is a time traveler. We start off here by seeing some officials saying, "Where are you from?" A man named Sergey saying, "I'm from the Soviet Union." The official is saying it's 2006, the Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore, and Sergey claiming that he was born in 1932. Sergey was found aimlessly wandering the streets of Kyiv back in 2006, wearing vintage clothing and carrying a vintage camera that looked brand new. And despite looking like he was in his mid-20s, he claimed to have been born in 1932 and was walking around carrying a Soviet Union passport. He claimed that he had taken this photo with his vintage camera of a UFO, and then he was transported through time to the year 2006. Then, as quickly as he arrived, a few days after this incident, he vanished without a trace.
Yeah.
However, there are some holes to the story that might point to it being untrue by the YouTuber Joe Scott. Specifically, this photo was taken from a Ukrainian TV show called Aliens. Additionally, this photo of Sergey, which claims to show him in the year 2050, seems to be cloned, and there might actually even be the Empire State Building in the background, which obviously does not corroborate his story. So what do you guys think? Was this a legitimate time traveler, or do you think it was fake? Personally, I think it was fake.
Hard
You know
to
who
say.
I think you know who I think is actually, this is another really famous one that I could definitely talk about, or we should talk about another future thing if we do that, is Robert Victor Goddard. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He's a time traveler. He's a good one. So this was a British Air Force, I forget his exact title, but it was like whatever the highest rank in like the British Air Force was. This man was traveling in a plane during World War II and he experienced a time distortion, and he very famously reported on this being like, I was flying during one thing and then he leapt through time and he saw the he saw the future. He saw like a different he saw the base in the future. And then he went back through the time distortion. Then it was like, you know, the past again. But like, this is a high ranking.
The Drem Airfield incident?
Yeah, Drem Airfield. But this is he was knighted. This is Sir Robert Victor Goddard. He was like the highest possible. He was like an admiral or a general in the Royal Air Force. And this man, so he has this very famous story about traveling through time while he was in a plane, and he reported on this at the time.
Wow.
But this is like a very famous British time travel story, and this is like a very reputable individual. He was knighted.
We should do a time travel episode, or you do a special one on Saturday, and you can kind of like run the show, and I can just give my thoughts.
Yeah.
Or but we do.
But
it
yeah,
next
Robert,
Friday.
This is another favorite one of mine. Yeah, the Drem airfield incident. But this is like a very well-respected individual in the Royal Air Force at the time. But like another very famous case. Yeah, time travel stuff is always really interesting. Even like, obviously, the Montauk Project, the Philadelphia experiments, all of that stuff is very interesting to me. For anybody in the chat, the Montauk Project actually inspired Stranger Things. Again, I have a video about that on my channel. That's a really good one.
Did you say you're taking over the stream on Sunday?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, anyone can just come on, right?
Oh, I wasn't planning on doing a stream tomorrow. Are you? Oh, Katie's going to start an Odd Boys stream tomorrow. What are you going to talk about?
Oh.
Whatever I want. It's got to be paranormal. Talk about your
are
alien-looking creatures that are here with you.
Are we finally going to do Odd Couples?
Odd Couples? Do you want to do the stream?
I'm taking over tomorrow morning.
Are you streaming here? You don't even know how to turn the computer on. Well, if the stream, if something turns on, it's going to be upside down, and it's going to be her like kissing her dogs for 2 hours.
I will say, Nathan, I do have more faith in Katie's technical abilities to properly run a stream than yours.
Your lips.
Nathan is very famously has technical problems on every single stream he's ever done.
Technical difficulties all the time. It's not my fault. I do think it has to do with ghosts and frequencies being around me, and it messes up electronic devices. I really believe that. It sounds like I'm trolling, but I'm not. It's
the moon landing, fake, time travel, real.
Oh, how is it? Are we lagging? Is the stream looking good?
No, it's fine. I haven't.
Just making sure.
I haven't seen anything.
We hit 100 likes. So thank you. If we got 2 more members, we'd hit 10. And that'd be a nice stream. If we got 22, we'd do our messy stuff, eating spicy hot stuff.
Hey,
Mary Poppins, thank you for coming here. I appreciate you coming by.
I have my extreme sour Warheads pickle locked and loaded, and I'm ready to glizzy overdrive.
If we got 22 members, Tom's eating this Warhead pickle, and I will eat ghost pepper sauce. I'll do a whole shot of it, and it will ruin my life for the next hour. You didn't know how to become a member? Oh, you could only gift one? You couldn't become one yourself? You just click join, and it should just let you do it. Were you on your phone? iPhone's weird sometimes.
She might already be a member. Somebody may have gifted her a membership.
Member.
Yeah.
You can't gift. Oh, you're a member of Nathan, so you'd have to upgrade your membership to Odd Boy.
I didn't know how to upgrade it.
It's the same thing. If you go, you can do like upgrade. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Oh, well. Well, thank you for gifting one.
Yeah, thank you.
You want me to eat the hot stuff? Yeah. Why do you want me to do that?
I want you to eat the hot stuff,
He's got a cool pickle. He does have a cool pickle. Tom's got a cool pickle, my fiance says.
That it, yeah. It's
Don't go get it.
Right.
What's she doing?
When are you gonna get one of these? You need to go on Amazon.com and get one. You gotta get one of these for a goal.
Well, you guys, if you gift memberships, we'll do it. But it seems like the stream is coming to an end. We've hit the 2-hour mark. I like to keep these episodes 2 hours, talking about all this stuff that we figure out.
I like how at first it started to, and you're like, I'm going to do an hour on Saturdays. Now you're like, all right, well, now it's a regular.
Well, because now you came on, and so it's like a regular episode. But I was trying to just like talk about the stuff I was looking and see what the chat says, and then that's it. We got a fun little bite-sized episode. But now we got another full 2 hours.
Why don't we do a Saturday morning? We'll do Friday night or Friday afternoon and Saturday morning. And because these are going to live as like podcasts as well,
yeah,
I don't think it matters.
Matter is different each episode, so it's not a lot of the same thing over and over.
And then it gives. I also think there is something to scheduling things like this. So the audience,
I will.
So the audience like knows when we'll be live. I do think that is an important thing, especially for a show that is more focused, so that the audience is like, okay, Friday night, Saturday morning. That's when these guys are live. I can plan that.
Weird like like back-to-back days, and it's not more separated. But I guess whatever.
TGIF.
We have
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I like being like strict though with our programming in the conversations, and like not just meandering and rambling and joking around too much, because I think it'll be more entertaining for people to watch live and after the fact if we are really getting into the information here.
Well, that gives us Sunday through Thursday to develop a tight script.
Yeah. I want to talk about, so maybe we talk about some of the state park disappearances, because I like that stuff. And the man, you know that story about the guy who ran from the airport?
Lars Midtank. I have a video.
Oh,
about
you know
it.
his name. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh my, Katie upgraded. She did it. She's an odd boy now. Thank you.
Nathan, well, you've been making comedy gold and dance videos. I've been making conspiracy videos this entire time.
So you have a video on your YouTube channel about this guy?
I do, yeah.
We should watch that.
Chris Flippy and I talking about it. It's a live stream. It's just Chris and I talking about it.
This is pretty interesting to me. This footage of this guy, unsolved mystery. The guy just runs from. He thinks people are like following him. He runs out of the airport. There's footage of him running.
Nobody's ever seen him.
He's
again
completely gone. That's hard to do nowadays. This was like what, 2011 or 12?
2014. I
14
think.
On July 2014. Wow.
Yeah, this is a
German.
Yeah, it's in Bulgaria. But yeah, this is a weird one. I've talked about this on my channel. This man ran supposedly not under the allegedly he wasn't under the influence of anything.
His friends also left him in this country. They left a couple days before him, right? And then he kind of like goes nuts when they leave. And that's the thing. It's like never leave your friend. Never leave. You go as a group. You come back as a group.
But yeah, this man
I know
ran
plans
from the
change
airport
sometimes, but there he is.
There was like
never seen.
I think there's security footage of him like running from the parking lot and like.
Oh yeah, then
that
you
was
can
it.
see you can see him in the parking lot. He jumps a fence, and that's the last shot. I think it's this. There he goes here.
Nobody's ever seen or heard from this.
I think
man
he
again.
got paranoia, and I think. But if he there he is. That's him going around the corner, and then he's gone forever.
But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, this is a crazy one.
That's it. Boom. This is the guy. I think something happened. He was paranoid, and he never came back. But if he was dead, you would think they would have found him, his body or something. So maybe he changed his identity or someone made him disappear. That's why we're all so intrigued.
It is crazy.
Yeah. Very suspicious. That's something we should talk about going forward. I love it. I love all this stuff. I love the odd stories.
I'm trying to remember that there's another mystery. I'm trying to remember. I have a video about it on my channel. I can't remember the guy's name. Keep talking. This is something related.
While we're chatting here, I will say thank you because we're going to be wrapping up in a minute. I will thank you to everyone who became a member or did a donation. It's not loading. Why is it not showing me? Oh gosh, I think because let me refresh. Hopefully it shows. My internet like slowed down. It said. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna thank everyone. This is what we had. Sly Guy became a member. Odd Boy Tier 1. Thank you very much. Then Final Flash became Odd Boy Tier 1. Zarmania became Odd Boy Tier 1. Sereno became Odd Boy Tier. No, Nathan Station Tier 2. Thank you very much. Sly Guy gifted a membership. I'm not sure what one it is. Zed, thank you for $5. Zed for another $10. Zed became a new member, Odd Boy Tier 1. None Your Business, $2, thank you. Sabo, thank you for $5. Nikki G, $5. Sabo again, $5. Zed for $5. Sabo again for $5. And then KT, my fiance, thank you for gifting membership and then becoming a member. And then Tinra, thank you for Odd Boy Tier 1. Sabo, $5. Thank you very much. You guys are angels. We've earned $47 today, and that's not counting the memberships. So Tom and I, almost $50. So we probably made like $20 each, $18 each off of donos today.
I can get a pizza.
And then the memberships will be a little more. So maybe total we've made $45 today each. So we'll take it. And last night we made $50 each. So hey, $100 in two streams. We're getting rich slowly.
Made more. I figured it out last night. We made $95 each.
That's after YouTube's fees and our split.
Yes, we made $95 each.
Are you able to go into my settings and look at that stuff?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. You should do that again today.
I will figure out the totals, but I am.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for what we'll figure out today. But yesterday we made $95.
Dang, we made $100 yesterday. Oh, that was because Space
so,
Breakfast went crazy.
Because
and donated
space, yeah,
a ton of
the
money.
story that I was going to mention, I love missing person stuff. I could come up with some good things.
We should do.
Have you ever heard the story about
episode?
Have you ever heard the story about Benjamin Kyle?
No, is that like a state park disappearance?
It wasn't a state park, but I was super fascinated with this case. There's a lot of footage of him. Basically, this man showed up. He was found naked, covered in wounds, and he had like ants on him and stuff. He was found outside a Burger King dumpster. Nobody knows how he got there. Nobody knew anything about him. He had complete dissociative amnesia.
Whoa.
He didn't know who he was, where he was. And like there was nothing about this man. He was just completely like non-existent. They tried to fingerprint him, his fingerprints, like they couldn't like track anything. And then he came up with the name Benjamin Kyle, and it's verifiable. He actually did have amnesia. I love stories like this. But then through genetic testing, they were able to find his real identity. He was a man called William Burgess, and they were able to track down who he was. He'd been missing for 20 years.
What? How did he go missing?
He just vanished. Like his family didn't know where he was. But like prior to that 20 years, he was like working at a restaurant. He was just a guy.
Forgot who he, this is real life Memento, the movie Memento.
Right. Yeah. He was just, but that's the whole thing. Nobody knows. He just ended up naked. They think he was like beaten and he got amnesia and he was just found outside of a dumpster.
Wow. And this is,
but this story is crazy. But like, I love stories like this.
This is very
I'm
unique.
glad that he was able to eventually regain his identity and like remember, or not. He slowly had like vague recollections of his past, but nothing. That was the other thing. There were like things that indicated what his past was. Like people asked him questions of like, do you remember anything about your past? And he remembered complex, like restaurant operational, like how to use equipment, like how to like operate a restaurant, like managerial stuff of like how to operate a restaurant. So people were like, okay, you worked in a restaurant and you do remember all of these like ways to like operate and run a restaurant, but you don't remember your name, you don't remember your past, you don't remember anything else. So it's interesting what the human mind is able to recollect.
Yeah, I can't forget like learned habits.
Yeah, but very, very famous case of like total amnesia.
Travis Walton, that's a famous one. Where did none of your business? Where did Travis Walton go for a week? Is that fake? He was taken by aliens. We all know that.
Yeah, I think Travis Walton is another great story. I have a
abducted.
And not to plug my channel.
Plug
I do have a
channel.
documentary. Well, then I'll just plug it. I do have a documentary about Travis Walton that I'm very proud of that is on my YouTube channel. That link is down below. But Travis Walton is another, and like, I'm obviously like recalling these facts after covering these stories like years ago at this point, 2, 3, 4 years ago.
This is Tom's channel. He's almost at 10,000 subs. Give him a follow. Give him a sub.
But Travis Walton is another one that, yes, he disappeared for almost a week. And
is it on your YouTube channel, or what was the title of the video?
I do have a documentary about Travis Walton on my channel. If you go videos, you should be able to find
the man who survived an alien abduction.
Yep. But Travis Walton was, and I'm paraphrasing, like I'm remembering the facts off the top of my head. Travis Walton lived in Arizona, and I think it was, I believe it was Arizona where this case took place. But he worked for a logging company, and this logging company, it was him and I think 5 other coworkers. They found a UFO. Travis went towards it, disappeared. They turned it into a movie called Fire in the Sky with very famous alien.
That's why this guy so much. He's so known because the movie is inspired by his story.
And the basically everybody thought that his coworkers murdered him. Something, and I know that people will say, "Oh, well, polygraphs aren't admissible in court." Every single like I think that's the thing that I'm like, there is something to this. Every single one of his coworkers passed a polygraph, which is statistically almost impossible, because they wanted to see whether or not they murdered Travis Walton. So while he was missing, every single one of his coworkers said he was abducted by aliens, and they all passed board certified polygraphs. And that is statistically almost impossible for all of these people to pass polygraphs telling the same story. That is almost statistically impossible.
Yeah.
And then Travis showed up a week later. He showed up, he showed up, went to a payphone. I think he called his brother-in-law.
Oh, I don't think Katie's seen this movie. We should watch this with her.
But yeah, Travis Walton is very...
Yeah,
it's a
I love
very
this story.
interesting
We
case.
should go through on Saturdays. We should do like the hit conspiracies, like the big ones. Like next weekend, we could do JFK, or we could do missing people like Travis Walton. We could do a bunch of stuff. But the thing is, like 2 hours is like hard to cram it in. We got to really deep dive. But then maybe Fridays, it's more conversational with the chat, and we interact more and do like more like the tricks and stuff where we eat hot things and do backflips. And then Saturdays are like, all right, programming. Here we go.
Time
Major
to get
conspiracy.
serious.
Let's get serious.
But yeah, you should check out, if anybody's interested in the Travis Walton story, he has a very fascinating story. And I think he's highly credible in that his story hasn't really changed over the years. His coworkers' stories haven't really changed over the years.
You have a celebrity commenting space models are real. I mean, you've seen Dad, right?
Wow. Space models are real.
Pop star Dad.
Oh yeah, that's
chat on Tom's video. Go subscribe to Tom.
I think Dad left that comment because something that Travis described is when he was on board the spaceship, they were like humanoid. I think they were what he describes as like aliens on the space. Like he saw aliens, but then there were humanoids. So like humans, I think they were meant to make him feel comfortable, but he describes them as like the most beautiful people he's ever seen. He's like these very, but like that's what the aliens did to make a human feel at ease. The humans put like a space model on there to be like, can we just put a model in here for this horny Earth man to make him feel okay about being here?
Make him more comfortable. I mean, that makes sense. Put attractive people in front of you so you're not freaked out when you're on an alien spaceship. Yeah.
But they basically
you put
said
Cindy
like
Crawford in front of me, I'll be like, hey, I could hang out here for a while.
Right. They basically
Don't
just
tell
put
my
these
fiance.
they put these space models on there to go, hey, it's okay, man. We just needed some samples.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need to take some poop and sperm from you, dude. Chill out.
But yeah, Travis Walton is a good one. We should talk about that, and it's a very interesting story. I mean, there's so many things that we could cover.
Yeah,
There's
let's
a
talk
million
about the
different
big ones on the
stories.
weekends then. We're still figuring out this show, but we will always be talking about paranormal things. And if there's ever any like real life news, like YouTube news going on, some weird iDub said something about Dad being a dingus. We'll cover that.
No more drama.
Not drama.
No more drama.
Internet news we can talk about every once in a while. If something big happens or if we're associated with something, then sure. But for the most part, we're going to be talking about this paranormal stuff that we like and the conspiracy type stuff. Anything odd stories because we're odd boys. So yeah,
this stuff is the most interesting to me. But yeah, here's I think in the video this is where this is the this is from. Yeah, so this is interesting. Five of his coworkers were all past the polygraph. The sixth was inconclusive, but that sixth member, it's because he left and he was like argumentative the entire time. So they deemed that, but later on, that sixth member did take polygraphs and he passed too.
Okay.
But he was just like, I'm not taking this bullshit test. Like, I didn't kill Travis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, well, there's this guy could have killed Travis, but like this guy was like, I didn't kill my friend.
And then when he shows up, they must be like, okay, we don't know what to do.
Right.
Now.
Then he showed up and Travis was like, I was abducted by aliens. These men were telling the truth. They didn't kill me.
But like they also talk about this, I think, like, unless the group was like, all right, you're going to go hide out somewhere. And for a week, they're going to think we killed you. We'll deny it. And then you'll show up and then we'll blow their minds. Maybe they're like, had this big scheme to do a whole bit, but like, why? That doesn't benefit them. All they do is get harassed by the law and citizens for the rest of their lives. It was the worst idea ever. They could have then just said, yeah, we were trying to prank you guys. They would have maybe said that eventually to like get everyone off their backs, but then they never did. So I guess that I just debunked my own theory.
I just don't think a group of 6 loggers in the middle of nowhere, I don't think that they're going to try to fake an alien abduction.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it for them.
No. Yeah, unless
they're this ruined their lives. Like they were like accused of murdering their friend. Like they Yeah, I don't think that I think that something did happen. And whether or not it was an alien or they saw experimental military aircraft and then the military abducted Travis Walton because he saw something and he was like radiated or whatever.
Yeah.
Something happened in those woods. And like whether or not it was terrestrial or extraterrestrial, that's up for debate.
Well,
but,
we'll get to the bottom of it.
But we'll figure it out. We're the experts.
Yeah. There we go. Everyone, we have a lot to talk about going forward. This was a fun little bonus episode, but now I think we should do Saturday episodes. I think that's the conclusion we've come to.
So Friday, so everybody
but
can
also
plan
during
for
the
that.
week, if you wanted like Wednesday night or something, go live for an hour. I think of the solo ones, we do them shorter, like an hour.
Well, that's when I stream. That's when I stream for everybody who wants to know. I stream on Feet Finder at those times. So everybody follow me on Feet Finder.
Guys, you can go look at Tom's feet.
That's where the big money is.
Are you on Wiki Feet?
I hope not. I know that you are.
I am. Everyone loads my feet all the time over there.
It's because you're an
We gotta
internet
get Tom's
celebrity.
feet on Wiki Feet, everybody. That's the goal.
No, my feet are like Bigfoot. Nobody's ever seen them.
I see them. I just watched a video of Bigfoot the other day, a new one.
Alba actually commented on this because like when I shower, I bring my clothes that I'm going to change into the bathroom, and then I shower, I dry off, and then I change in the bathroom.
Tom's a never nude.
And she puts on like her robe and like, you know, she does probably
I just
like
walk naked. Katie and I both walk around the house naked all the time.
But I bring all of my clothes into the bathroom, I shower, and then I change. And she's like, there's never a time when like you're in this room with the door closed and then you're wearing clothes, then you come out and you're wearing different clothes.
Tom, are you ashamed of your body?
No.
That was a long pause.
No. Not me.
There is the theory that you are never nude. That's been an old theory, though. Tom wears jean shorts in the shower, like Tobias.
I like that. Wasn't it Mike Sasinovich that like he didn't wash his clothes? He would go. I remember talking to Mike about this one time where he didn't do laundry. He would just he would shower with his clothes on, and then he would use like Dr. Bronner's on his clothes.
I don't think Mike would have done that.
But then he would just hang up his clothes and let them air dry. But it was like it was him being too cheap to do laundry, and B, he was like,
maybe
my clothes on, then I hang them up.
Doesn't sound like a thing Mike would do, but maybe. I saw a homeless man taking a bath in a public fountain the other day with all of his clothes on, shoes, everything. He was scrubbing his clothes, laying there, like literally swimming around in this public fountain. So
I mean, I think
that's LA,
I think that's
though.
just. I think it's just smart. You're just killing two birds with one stone.
Tom does not have wiki feet. Mothman checked. Tom, just give us a little flash. Just give us a little foot action. Let's see what you got. The competition of feet. Who's got the better feet? He's probably got socks on. Yeah, of course. Sneakers in the house. You got sneakers on in the house. Just take those babies off. Oh, you gotta come way in. You gotta come way deeper. Way.
You'll never get me. You'll never get me. It's in a slipper.
Look at these blue toenails.
You'll never get me.
You gotta come even closer.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fall.
You'll never get me. It's in a shoe.
Oh, they're cute. What do you have, an ankle brace on?
I have a foot mask on right now.
What is that?
I'm moisturizing
A what?
my heels.
Oh, she's moisturizing her heels.
For the ultimate
Such care, so much
quickie
attention
feet.
to the details.
While I'm embroidering you a handkerchief.
You're all bruised. What's going on?
That was from my arm because I'm sitting at the
You
desk.
get bruises from putting your elbows
That's
on
not
your
an arm,
legs?
that's just a mark.
No, this is a bruise. Yeah, what is
That's
that
a
from? And this one right here.
I don't know. I've just been bruising a lot lately.
Why? You need more iron, maybe.
Maybe.
Are you getting in street
Let's
fights?
talk about this later.
Oh no, she's beating people up. Or are you getting beaten up?
Oh no. This is the downfall of Nathan's channel.
I've never harmed my fiance. She's an angel. I only harm YouTubers.
Nathan, the only person.
Are you next? Apparently, iDubbbz is working on a new video, a response to a lot of things people have been saying on the internet. That's what I just heard.
I did secretly think when I saw that iDubbbz streams on Twitch, and like I saw that he on his like Twitch title, it was like working on new video. I was like, is he making a takedown on Nathan?
I don't think I'm even worth it for him. What I've been saying to him is probably like so low. Like I don't get any views. If I was like popular and I was getting a lot of views on my stuff, maybe he'd like respond because it'd be worth it.
There's also not really any.
Yeah,
there's not really anything.
I was annoying to him by berating him and saying I wanted to fight him. I guess you could say like.
I would say, and this is like not to be critical on the internet. I would say the worst thing about you is you are flaky. But that's like.
What do you mean flaky?
I think you can be flaky.
In what regard? Not showing up to a hangout?
You forget everything.
Oh, it's not that I'm flaky. I just forget. I do forget a lot, and I have a lot.
But then it turns into a lot of like, oh, I meant to do that. I'm like, you had to do it. You had to do it. You're like, oh.
Speaking of, I have to do an audition for Home Depot today.
Yeah, you are probably you're like
a big time. Yeah, Jay.
I mean, you're Benjamin Kyle. You get temporary amnesia if somebody tells you something.
I do. I forget everything. I forget who I am. When I wake up in the morning, genuinely, I have to go, what do I do? Who am I? I have to remember. My brain starts up in the morning. I feel it actually like turning on, remembering who I am. I don't know if that happens to people, but I'm like so dumb when I first
your
wake up.
shaders load in.
Yeah, legitimately, I feel like I'm the program turning up because I'm laying there and I go, I had to remember where I live. Not every time, but sometimes I'm just so tired where I'm like, oh yeah, I live here now. Like I moved and I'll forget for a while. And then I don't know what I do, who I'm friends with. Then I'll see Katie. I'm like, oh yeah, Katie. Yeah, her. I'm not even joking. It's worse some days than others. And it's also not every day. Most of the time I wake up and I go, I know who I am. Sometimes I don't for a split second.
I always wake up. The first thing I do, I wake up, and the first thing I do, I open my eyes. Like I'm laying in bed. I open my eyes, and then as soon as I wake up, I go, again.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard Tom do that. Tom and I shared a room at one point, and I heard him below me because I built a 10-foot bunk bed that I was above him in the room, and he was down the floor. And he woke up. He goes, ugh. Awake again. He was like disappointed that he woke up. That was so funny. The first thing I
am just waiting for the cold embrace of the Grim Reaper to take me at night.
I often wake up going, yes, let's do something. Let's party. And Tom is the opposite.
Right.
But
I wake up.
Musical Zombie says, as long as you don't wake up naked in a dumpster, then you're okay. Tom would probably prefer that. It means he was up to something fun last night.
The worst part about that is, I mean, Benjamin Kyle was naked next to a dumpster, beaten, and covered in ants. So that's like the worst possible
covered in
way.
Ants?
Yeah. It's pretty
that's a nightmare. An actual nightmare.
His story's been covered by so many people, though. It's a really good, it is a good story. It's probably the most compelling amnesia story. There's another one called it's Fritz Johnson, and that was another man who there's like two different things about him. One is that he faked it and he like abandoned one family and then he developed an entire other life. He became successful. He became a television broadcaster.
Oh, wow.
And he developed this entire other life. The other thing is that he actually did have amnesia, and apparently he had a traumatic brain injury while he was in the Navy.
Oh, wow.
And physicians at that time were like, yes, this man probably did have amnesia, and he developed a split personality and developed an entire like other life, and became a successful broadcaster in his other life.
We got to talk about missing people in an episode. I also, one thing we got to end in a couple of seconds because I have to like go actually live life. And we're at 2.5 hours now.
But what about the mysteries of the unknown?
Those will come next Friday and next Saturday, unless we do another episode during the week. If we get time, we'll let you guys know in Discord. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. Yeah. Get in the Odd Boys chat room. I think before we go, I just want to throw out there something for the future that I'd like to talk about is I spaced on it. You just said something about, the game show that had a real serial killer on the game show.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And
yeah,
he called in. Didn't he call in? He's like, yes, I've murdered like 10 people. And they're like, how did it go down? I don't remember.
It was a contestant on the dating game, I think, but he was a serial killer, but he was also
and at
legitimately
the time we didn't know.
Nobody knew that he was a serial killer,
And
but he was a serial killer.
They caught him. It was like, this guy was just on a game show and he was on the show while murdering people.
He won the episode, but the girl was creeped out and didn't go on the date with him.
He would have killed her.
Yeah, maybe.
This is fascinating.
Very possible. But yeah, that's another very, very crazy story. But yeah, he was on, I think it was the dating, it was a,
like the dating
it might have
show,
been a
that
different
old
dating show, but it was,
whatever.
I'm going to say insert dating show from the 70s.
Yeah. Insane. Hello, Hatter. All right, everyone. That's the episode. Keep them so that people can digest them. Don't want them to be too long.
Thank
but maybe
you
we'll do
for
some
watching.
oversized episodes. Maybe we could do like three and a half hour episodes in the future if we get some juicy subject matter. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for all the members and all the donations. Join the Discord. We are normally live Friday nights. So Friday night and Saturday might be the new schedule.
I like
Nathan
that.
Barnett, former Gravedigger from Spooky Old New England, and Tinfoil Tom.
In an undisclosed location, and former and current NASA actornaut.
NASA actornaut. Wow. Tom.
Never a straight
Tom
answer.
was a part of faking the moon landing.
It's true. It was me and Stanley Kubrick.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll see you on Friday, if not before. Bye.
Bye-bye.